I muted us for some reason.
Yeah, you did. You did.
I muted it because it wasn't muted in the little old intro that I played, which I've been meaning to make a new intro for the show for a while.
Ooh, put some Dexter in the new intro.
I think I'm going to like do that template of like a bunch of clips starting, being like starting soon, and then doing our little jingle.
Nice.
Add some Dexter, add some
Yeah.
Born Again, add some. What else have we watched this year? We can add some
Ironheart.
Maybe Ironheart. MCU is weird because it's like, what one clip do I want to represent all of the MCU? Daredevil's not a bad choice. Daredevil's not a bad one to do.
Not at all. Yeah.
I
maybe
need
there's some Superman.
Superman, yeah. I need to get like I need the like Doomsday trailer to come out already, if I can just use the little clip it. Like give me like a good hero shot or something of all of them lined up.
Well, I know you don't like it, but I saw the AI version of the Fantastic Four post-credit scene with like actually putting RDJ and stuff in there. So
spoilers now. Spoilers.
I've literally so before we got on stream here, I literally listened to an entire video breaking down the movie and the post-credit scene. I was like, I've heard a lot now. I was like, might as well, right? So I saved myself a movie ticket. So now I can wait until it comes out on Disney Plus.
I will say I had to go see it again. I had to go see it again to like read you my thoughts. I liked it. I liked it a lot, actually.
That sounds like that's the consensus.
I don't like love it the way I love a lot of MCU. Like I think it's really, really, really good. Just not like amazing. I guess
it's not fantastic.
I'd argue it's baseline pretty almost fantastic.
Okay,
it's like
it's pretty good. It's
weirdly enough,
it's a movie.
It might be my fourth favorite MCU project of the year.
Really?
Next
That's
to
crazy.
not MCU, but like
just Marvel and Marvel adjacent.
I was like, all right, Spider-Man or Fantastic Four. I was like, I really liked Spider-Man. I really liked Spider-Man. Thunderbolts is still number one for me of the year.
Yeah,
I thought Thunderbolts was fantastic, and it was down to like Ironheart and Fantastic Four. And I don't think it's fair because it's like 6 episodes. Like almost. Well, actually not. Yeah. Maybe 4.5 hours, 5.
Yeah, I mean, it's longer than what an MCU movie would be. It's like double the length.
I think both are kind of at that same level where like both those shows are ones I really enjoyed, but would not out their faults. Like I think both are kind of in that same like upper middle ground, I guess, where it's like not among my high of highs, not among my low lows, like in that middle spot for me.
It's weird. It seems like it's almost been kind of like a recovery year for Marvel, right? It's like everything is like borderline great, not quite there, but you can kind of see, all right, we're going in the right direction. Like we're kind of getting back to baseline. So that basically by the time we get to Doomsday and Secret Wars and the new Spider-Man and all of that, like we'll be kind of back to status quo in a way, which is it's weird to kind of say it that way, but I feel like that's kind of been where I've felt with Marvel as of late. Is it just like it's kind of been an afterthought? Like in a weird way, I've been more excited about speculating on the new DCU than the direction of the current direction of the MCU.
And here's what I'll say: I think it may have came out at a very bad time for me personally, because like. I think coming off of, to me, what may be two of the coolest comic book movies of all time. Like, I think coming off of of Thunderbolts, which is in my top 10 MCU. I love it. I really do. And then coming off of a spectacle that is Superman, which was just an experience. I think 2 weeks later, coming into Fantastic Four, it's like, this is really good.
Yeah.
But I liked Superman and Thunderbolts a lot more.
Yeah, it's weird. It seems like that's kind of the consensus that I've seen too, is like Fantastic Four is good, but Superman is better in a lot of ways. And again, I'm glad that I went to go see Superman when I did. Like I really enjoyed it. It's like I like to say that I don't let the audience reaction influence me at all, but just from what I've seen of the trailers, what I've heard as far as how the movie plays out and everything, it just doesn't seem like it's something that I have to rush out to see. Like, it's not like, yes, it sets up Doomsday, but only kind of sort of right at the very end, and everything else is just kind of a solo Fantastic Four adventure. And I know who the Fantastic Four are. I know their power set. I know the general idea of, Galactus and Silver Surfer and all of this stuff. So it's just like, okay, outside of the experience of seeing it in IMAX and seeing it in a theater, do I really need to go see it? Like, maybe if I'm bored one day, I've got nothing going on, sure, I'll go see it, but it's not something that I'm actively rushing out to go try and see. There's so many other things, so many other pieces of media to consume and to talk about. And also too, it's very much so, in the interesting space that we're at, right, is creating content. Is I feel like I have to prioritize in a lot of ways what I want to make that content on, which is why I waited to see Superman, because Dexter was my priority. And Dexter is going to continue to be my priority because it's been so good.
Yeah.
And I've been really enjoying talking about it and really enjoying making content on it.
Sure. I feel like I'm in a space where and maybe that's why I get so stressed out, because I feel like I have to consume all of it,
Dude, it was such a relief when I realized I don't have to consume all of it,
You know what I did today?
What?
So I was okay, so I had a friend over this week. We were hanging out, and my plan was like, you know what, I really want to see Fantastic Four again because I want to get my final thoughts on it. I know I'm going to be talking about it a lot, and I still plan on doing that. I had a friend over. I was like, okay, I'll bring him. It's a Marvel movie. You don't need all the history of the MCU. He can enjoy this. He hasn't watched anything outside of Spider-Man. I was like, okay, awesome. So I get him, and I said, hey, think about going to the movies. Thought we could do Fantastic Four, and he's like, can we do Smurfs? So we today, and I will get into the comments in just a second, guys. We did Smurfs, and it's really, really bad. It's
is it?
Oh, it's pretty bad. It's pretty horrible. But also, I said it was like, I don't know if you saw like any trailer for Smurfs. It looked.
No, I don't even know. Is this animated? Is this live action? Like, what's?
That's the funny thing. Both, but they don't like.
So it's Space Jam.
It is. Okay. So tiny rant, because the 2011 one was the same thing, right? It was that like we're going into the real world style, and they do that here, but they don't address it. It's not like the gimmick of the movie is like we're going live action. It's just they travel to our world and they don't express it. Like they don't show anybody's faces. It's just everyone's legs and people like walking their dogs.
Oh, interesting.
Don't talk to them. And I was like, why do they do this? And I realized, for they can save money on animation, where they don't have to animate background.
Everything, yeah.
And it pissed me off even more. I was like, well, fuck this movie. It was like, I was pretty pissed. I was like this because like the last one was like was like half and half, but they ended up making the Smurfs like half CG, half like that like. It's not like the Who Framed, but it's like, what's a good example? Like Garfield would have been in like the movie where he's like the CGI cat, right? Like they turned CGI into the real world, and that at least you're putting in some effort there. It's like everything about this movie. It's like, oh, it's so corporate by demand. Like you have guess who plays the main character?
Who?
Guess any actor. Who do you think plays the main character? Classic animated feature character.
Jack Black.
James Corden plays the same character, or plays the main character.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, it's so like every cast. Like we're in this age now where I feel like celebrities are getting better at being cast as like animated characters. It's like, okay, yes, you're doing it because they're famous, but also they fit the role. Like Bill Hader is doing like Cat in the Hat next year. I was like, okay, that makes sense. He fits that role. Every single cast is just like, because they're famous and they don't fit the role, like their lips aren't matching up to the animated ones whatsoever. It's like you clearly just did like.
It's just like, all right, star power for the star power for the sake of star power.
It's really it's really bad. It's really bad. All right, let me go through some comments here really quickly, and then we'll hop into some of our main stuff here.
Yes.
Hello, Jeffrey. How's it going, buddy? How's it going?
Hello.
Mute? Yes, we were mute. Sorry.
No, you're muted.
Oh, am I? Right now? The whole time? Flash Weekend in a House said Taz's biceps are the size of my head.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
But Keyblade said it's fantastic. I'm glad you loved it. I also really liked it. I don't want to make it sound like I didn't like Fantastic Four, because I do think there's a lot to love in there. It's just like, I think my thing was like coming out, like all the like early stuff said like this is one of the MCU's best movies of all time, and I personally don't agree with that. It's like, but that's what they all say now, and it kind of pisses me off. Like,
well, that's the consensus all the time. It's like literally every single MCU movie or project that comes out, somebody's like, "Oh, this is the best Marvel thing since the last best Marvel thing," and it's like, okay, everything can't be the best.
We like half of the headlines for this, like this movie saved Marvel. It's like, no, the hell it didn't. No, the hell it didn't. No.
Yeah.
Like we literally had Thunderbolts this year. Like that was one of the more like critically success. Maybe not financially, but like
I was gonna say it didn't do well at the box office, did it?
It's fine. Like Deadpool was last year, and the previous year was Guardians, and the previous year was Spider-Man, and like every year there's one movie. There's like stupid.
Yeah.
Cameron Walker says, Darren, do you think the Arrowverse shouldn't have done Crisis on Infinite Earths? Oh my gosh, what a heavy question that could
throwback.
We could do a whole stream about just like, should they have done Crisis?
You know what? That would actually be fun to do at some point too. We should go back and visit old crossovers, because we've never really kind of talked about a lot of the old stuff before. It was really just kind of tail end of the Arrowverse.
Yeah.
So
after, hey, I'm gonna do. I am planning on doing. Right now, I'm doing like an MCU retrospective series on the pipeline.
Yeah.
And after I'm done, I'm planning on doing like a. I think I'm gonna do a stream on every season. That's gonna take 10 years, and then I think I'll do an individual one on crossovers, which could be fun.
Maybe instead of doing a stream on every season, you do a stream on every year of DC TV, so you can talk about multiple seasons and that crossover at the same time.
Maybe.
And kind of like talk about what it could be, but you could condense it and just be like, okay, this year was, what was it? Say like Arrow season 4, Flash season 2, and then like what, Legend season 1 came out that year, I think maybe, and Supergirl season 1 as well. So like just like, okay, these were all the shows on Invasion crossover, which show was the best of the year? How does this crossover rank? And then as you go through them, maybe like put each crossover in a tier.
Perhaps. I don't know. I guess I want to go into more detail.
Oh yeah, no, I understand that. Like each season for sure could be its own stream.
I guess my idea is like I kind of want to have like eventually. I don't want to do it right away. This is like at least like a year and a half away, because I'm still like middle of my MCU journey right now. But like I kind of like the idea of not being done with the Arrowverse again for a long time. Like this would at least be like a 4-year journey to end up embarking on. But to answer your question, no, I'm glad it happened. I'm glad we got to experience it. There was a lot of great, fantastic stuff that came out of that crossover. If it wasn't for it, maybe we wouldn't have got Superman and Lois. I mean, I know they were still planning on it, but like, there's a lot of things. Yeah. It also aged horribly. There's many aspects of the crossover that ages very badly in terms of Green Arrow and the Canaries, in terms of Batwoman, in terms of Ezra Miller, in terms of like a lot of these kind of tiny things.
It's such a time capsule. Though.
Yeah.
It came out at such a weird time. Like that was, I wasn't even really covering things for a minute there, because I believe that was 2019.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah.
I had this conversation with a friend of mine like back then, or like a couple years ago. It's like both Endgame and Crisis came out 2019. Yeah. And if they would have happened a year later, they either wouldn't have happened, or they would have been much, much worse projects for it.
Much different. Yeah.
If they aimed for 2019, like holy shit.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, because I had taken a break like fall 2019 into like basically, right once we found out, lockdown was going to be a while, then I was like, time to start making more content again.
Sure.
So.
But yeah, I'm glad it happened. I'm excited to eventually break down Crisis again.
Yeah.
Retrospectively look at it would be very interesting. Hello, Short Car. How's it going? Fantastic Four is my number 1. Then Spider-Man DDO.
And then Daredevil Born Again.
Okay. Are they tied for number 1 then? Is that what they're saying?
Or Fantastic Four number 1, then Spider-Man number 2, and then Daredevil Born Again number 3 is what I'm what I'm gathering from that.
Keyblade said Thunderbolts number 4. Hell yeah. I think it's my number, like, right now, just the movies, not counting TV. I think it's my number 8 or 9 around that space. So.
Oh, interesting.
Cameron Walker said Fantastic Four First Step is basically a better version of Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer. In some ways. In some ways it's different.
Yeah.
Ronan, how's it going, buddy? How are you?
Hello there.
Zolo is in the Smurf movie. He is in the Smurf movie, and you can barely hear it. Like, it does not sound like him at all. You have to be like, it doesn't sound like, he does not sound like Miguel in any way. It's like he's doing like a nerd voice, which is very, he's brainy Smurf. So it's like, you can't hear it
Interesting.
Hey, stranger, what's going on? Shortcut said I saw Marvel Studios set a record for having 37 movies in a row at number 1 at the box office. They're doing, they're doing, like, I think, like, I heard someone say like last year, it's like both Fantastic Four and DC Studios are relying on this movie to like save their universe. I never really thought that Fantastic Four's job to save them. Like maybe if it did bad, maybe they would have been like, okay, let's re-examine and let's blah blah blah. But I think financially, it seems like it's doing very well. Like I think it's almost made back its budget already. Like it's fine. It's gonna do fine.
Yeah. I honestly, if I had to predict, I think it's gonna still end up making more than Superman, even if the general consensus is that Superman is the better movie or the more enjoyable movie out of the two of them.
I've been seeing a bunch of like, I haven't been seeing like one consensus being like this is the best over this other one. Like I think I've seen just as many people say, like I think I'm a little bit in the minority with Fantastic Four. Like I think
interesting.
Most people I've seen have like loved it. Or like this is like I've heard people say this is their top 5 and like MCU movie. And like which I love for them. I'm so happy for that. Like I'm not like it's not one where I'm like, oh, really? It's your top 5? Like I think that's a valid pick. I think it's a very good movie. Like if it's your favorite, like I think that's 100% valid. But yeah, it's I'll be curious to see kind of what it does at the end of its run. And like it also has that Superman effect where it's like first Marvel movie in a while that's not connected. I guess Deadpool kind of is, but even then there's like a whole Fox universe you have to kind of be caught up on. But
yeah.
Like you can kind of just like bring your friends to see Fantastic Four, your friends who maybe aren't caught up on everything.
Yeah, which is very funny. I literally just had that conversation with somebody at work today. I was like, oh, have you seen Fantastic Four yet? And I was like, hey, this is actually something that you could watch without having any real prior knowledge of any of the rest of the MCU. It's very standalone. And just like, all right, they're a family of heroes. That's all you need to know.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like I even had this conversation with like Superman and Lois. Like once it kind of became uncanon. Like obviously I was devastated when I did, but also I was like, well, outside of one scene, you can kind of watch Superman and Lois and not know anything. Just know there's a weird reference in like season 1, kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. So, it's just like, don't worry about that. And then, which in a lot of ways, I think I like a lot. And that is something that I miss about the old era of superhero movies where things were very disconnected and standalone, and you didn't need anything else in order to appreciate what you are watching. It could just stand on its own.
Agreed. To an extent, I'd say.
To an extent. Yeah, like I mean I love the connected universe for sure, but I think it's there's a healthy balance. And I think that's why the Batman did so well, because it was its own thing, a fresh take, a fresh universe. You didn't have to have the baggage of previous, DC projects weighing it down in any way, but then also there's some fun to be had there too when you have obviously, the birth of a new universe, and okay, this is connected, this is not, and yeah, exactly.
I do think I don't want to say the death, but I do think the era of cinematic universes is coming to an end. I think people with such short attention span are no longer as interested. I think
yes, or more loose connections. Like I think the way that the direction that they're going with Marvel shows and stuff like that going forward, where okay, yeah, maybe the shows are connected to each other, but they're not quite as connected to the movies as they previously were. You don't have to worry about it quite as much, and we can just kind of satisfy both camps of people. And I think DC, in the way that they're going to do that, hopefully, is by making Elseworlds projects. Like, I think even if James Gunn is considering the Batman as like it's labeled as Elseworlds.
Yeah.
Not just like, all right, it's a separate DC project. Like, okay, no, like legitimately using the Elseworlds branding, and I think that's perfect. Which I think in a lot of ways they should have gone that route a lot sooner with certain things, and I think that is going to be a great workaround to making projects that wouldn't necessarily fit into the DCU, but still projects that people would like to see.
I'm curious about DC in that aspect, because James Gunn has been very, very adamant that you don't have to watch any one MCU project to understand another, and blah blah blah. Each one is their own movie. But then you have Peacemaker, which you said is going to follow Superman. It's going to be setting up the entire DC universe. So it's
it's very contradictory.
You have to watch Peacemaker to understand what's happening next.
Yeah, well, because it's very contradictory. Because I think the big conversation at Comic-Con was like, okay, what's connected? What do we need to know? What do we not need to know? And in some ways he's being very upfront about certain things, but in other ways he's being very coy about it. He's like, all right, well, Peacemaker season 1 kind of happened except for the ending, and then the Suicide Squad and Suicide Squad 2016 had to have happened, but the general thing is just remember that Peacemaker killed Rick Flag Jr. And okay, you need to know Rick Flag Sr. was in Creature Commandos and in Superman, and you also need to know about Maxwell Lord's Justice Gang, because they're going to be in Peacemaker as well. And Peacemaker takes place right after Superman, and there might be some more Superman cameos, so you need to know about that as well if you want to understand Supergirl, probably. And it's just
there should not
already we're kind of falling into the same trap that
the
Marvel
MCU
is
did.
in now.
Project 2. This is project number 2. I mean, even Superman. I had to be like, all right, Mom, there's a cameo in Superman you're not going to get. She's like,
yeah.
What? Okay. And I was like, it's a whole other TV show. And it's like, oh, it's a TV show? And I tried to break it down for her, and she couldn't understand. I was like, okay. So it was a TV show in the other universe. She's like, I thought this was a new universe. It's like, it is a new universe. They're picking that specific thing over.
Yeah, it's a TV show from the other universe because James Gunn also made that. And he likes John Cena.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so. It is. I think now, especially now it's in motion, and maybe Peacemaker season 1. We are going to be talking about that later. We have a bunch of Peacemakers to go over, but it's retrospectively, and maybe season 2 will change my mind. Maybe oh my gosh, he's a genius. Right now, I think it was a horrible idea.
In a weird way, I think you're right. I almost feel like they should have just been all right, let's do Peacemaker season 1 again. Not the same story, obviously, but all right, this is Peacemaker 2.0 season 1. Yeah.
Peacemaker Resurrection. Peacemaker Original Sin. Yeah.
Yeah. Maker of Peace.
I did not see this. Did you see this? Is that recent? Is that brand new?
Is that last time I heard, I thought that the writer that was on The Authority was writing the Teen Titans movie, writing Teen Titans and Wonder Woman and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or at least working on those projects.
If that is true, I'm not saying it is the case. I'm not saying it is. But it would add more validity to the Battinson merging theory that people have, right?
That's such an interesting rabbit hole. But also too, have you seen the stuff with what's the guy's name? Let me look through my replies. Hold on. The guy Brandon Skelenar. Okay. Or Yes, Brandon Skelenar. He's like training for some role. He got like freaking yoked out of nowhere, and he was kind of like a fan cast for Batman. And people are like, "Oh, is he gonna be Batman?" But maybe it's just like a promotional stunt. Basically, he's got some other movie coming out. I have no idea who he is or what he's been in, but I've heard his name thrown around a lot too.
I'm not ready to commit to the Pattinson should be the DCU.
I honestly don't like that. I would like a brand new Batman. And I also don't want Reacher either as Batman. Like, I think that's a horrible choice too.
I think there's positives and negatives to both. Like, I've had people on my show that are very passionate that it should be Pattinson, or like how cool it'd be, and like, yeah, like there's elements that I would really love. Like, you know, people post like the two photos next to each other. It's like, yeah, they do look pretty damn cool.
But again, that takes away the beauty of Pattinson being in his own universe and having that, you know, dark, gritty, grounded Batman, and then contrast that with a slightly lighter, more maybe a little bit campier, but more fantastical side of Batman. Like, almost like in the Arkham style of Batman, right? Like, I think that's kind of the direction that I'd like them to take DCU Batman.
I definitely agree with that. Like, I want the fantasy side. Like, that's what
is like a little bit of Arkham or animated or Batman the Animated Series, or even again Justice League Unlimited. Like, I think that again, I keep bringing it up, but I think that there's a ton of Justice League Unlimited and Justice League Animated Series inspiration to James Gunn's vision for the DCU.
100%. Yeah, that's what he said. Like he said, Young Justice and Justice League were his two big.
And I love those. Yeah. I love both of those, and I think that is a great way or a great place to pull from.
But like, here's my kind of like devil's advocate to it all.
Okay.
Is like, and again, I'm not saying I won it yet. I like playing both sides of the field.
Yeah.
There's nothing saying Pattinson couldn't get there, right? Like, if Matt Reeves wants to take his Batman there, I understand, because I think Batman always starts where like Pattinson is right now. Like, it's very low level,
it'd be very easy,
very crime boss, and I think people were like, no, it could never work. These two,
and they could also say it took place like 5 years before Superman, because it did. Like, he came out in what, 2020?
Yeah, it's like, again, there's positives and negatives to both, and I've said whatever direction they go in, I will support, and I could be excited about, as long as they commit to it. Because right now, we've gone way down the rabbit hole. I know we need to get started on Dexter.
And we literally said that this would happen before the stream even started. But continue.
Like, if they do Pattinson, they have to shut down everything that they've said about this DCU's Batman right now. Because you cannot do Damian Wayne. You cannot do Teen Titans. The Creature Commandos Batman felt very different than Pattinson, and he said that, like, don't take anything in there with a grain of, like, take it all with a grain of salt. It's all just kind of, you know, whatever. But still, it's like they would have to hard pivot. They would have to pivot the other way completely, which isn't always a bad thing. Which is not always a bad thing, but it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting.
It will be. It will be.
Yeah. Alrighty. I think we're going to talk about some Dexter, and then once we talk Dexter, we'll spend the rest of the stream going over San Diego Comic-Con stuff. We're just going to go down the discussing film page from the last week and see what we can find and see what fun nitpicks, and I don't know, maybe watch some trailers depending on what the trailer is. We'll see. Okay, let's talk about Dexter Resurrection. I still haven't got the new logo. It's still Dexter. I'll get it by episode 8 or something. Episode 7, whatever. This episode 4 of Dexter Resurrection. I'll be honest, man. The show's kind of on fire.
They don't miss.
I don't. I'm wondering.
This guy's good. This guy's good. He doesn't miss. No, he doesn't.
I'm wondering, because there is such a I don't know, a high bar for those first 4 seasons. I'm almost wondering, I think if they nail it, I think if they don't miss a single beat till episode 10, this could be a top 2 for me. Is that crazy? Is that a crazy thing to say?
Not at all. I think the only thing that I almost couldn't put it almost in my top 4, those original 4 seasons are
Yeah.
so sacred in a way that, and also too, this
They
season
are
means
sacred,
nothing.
yeah.
This season means nothing without those first 4 seasons.
Sure.
But also, have you noticed too how they're not really referencing anything outside of seasons 1 through 4, and then a little bit of season 8.
Yeah.
End of season 7, end of season 7,
yeah.
8, and then obviously New Blood, and then also some new originals and stuff. But they're like kind of 5, 6, forgetting 7. That 5 is 6 and the like first 2/3 of 7 like don't really exist.
Which makes a lot of sense actually, because it does feel like, except for New Blood, because they definitely rely on New Blood for a lot. It does feel like they're trying to market to the audience that quit after season 4. It feels like they're trying to bring people back in, which is smart.
Which is so funny that you mentioned that, because I messaged you.
You did.
I talked to my cousin this weekend, and she stopped watching after the end of season 4. She was like, after Rita's death, she was like, I couldn't do it anymore. And I was like, that is crazy. And she was watching it back when it first aired, and I'm like, hey, you've got to catch up and get watching with Resurrection. Like, it is that good. It is that good.
I mean, you hear that from people where sometimes they quit because the show is too good. It's like, this was such a brilliant stopping point that I'm like, not me, obviously, but like, you're like, I'm actually okay. And I feel like I'm trying to think of like a moment like that I've done that with. I don't typically
Stranger Things. I can tell you exactly.
Okay.
End of season 3 of Stranger Things. Again, that's why I told you that I haven't watched season 4. I was like, all right, I'm content.
No.
And it was on a break for so long. I was like, I don't need any more.
You don't need any
I'm
more.
good.
Yeah.
I'm satisfied. I'm done. And it's very
so
freeing
good.
to be able to say that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But anyway, let's dive into the episode. So, Dexter Resurrection, season 1, episode 4, titled "Call Me Red." This is the big one, the big turning point.
Yeah. The moment we've been waiting for.
The moment that we've all been waiting for, with all of the, the band of serial killers being introduced. We kind of, come off the heels of the previous episode with Dexter killing Ronald Schmidt, the Dark Passenger killer. He's kind of cleaning up in his whole setup there. Again, I kind of love the funny like gaming setup that Dexter's in.
Yeah.
He does the classic little chair spin as he's like looking at the invitation, making his last minute preparations, picking up the trophy to take with him and everything. And you have his conversation with Harry, which I really liked there as well. And Harry's trying to be his voice of reason. Like, hey Dex, like, remember why you're doing this. Like, number 1, this could be a trap. Number 2, you're going to meet a bunch of serial killers. What is your main mission? What is the code? What was it designed for? What are you doing? Like, these people are not your friends. Maybe you can connect with them, but you're going here. You have a job to do. So don't get too attached, which I think is a really good sentiment. And Dexter ends up kind of doing the same thing that he always does in situations like this, is he goes in, he wants to learn from these other killers because he wants to learn how he can take aspects of their lives and, how that can influence his life and how that can make his life better going forward. But I think the interesting part of it, the irony of it, is that Dexter has only survived as long as he has because he is Dexter. Like, he doesn't do all of the other dumb stuff that these other killers do. Like, when he is going to the park to get picked up by Uma Thurman's character, by Charlie, she's like, oh yeah, aren't you surprised we found you? It only took us 3 weeks. And then Dexter's inner monologue, it only took me 3 days. Like, he's on a whole other level as far as the vetting process, the investigation, his skills, and the way that he goes about and the way that he, has perfected his craft and his process over the last 20 plus years of being an active serial killer. So it is very interesting to see him almost have like it almost seems like he's got imposter syndrome in a way. He's like,
Mm,
all right, I'm messing up with my son. Like, I don't know how to do this. I need to talk to other people and kind of get another perspective on it, which I totally get. But it's definitely interesting to kind of see Dexter doubt himself so much. But that's where the episode starts. And I think by the end of the episode, he has fully embraced who he is truly meant to be. And that is kind of my little tease going into that. But we've got a ton of different aspects of this episode. The main plot, of course, is the serial killer dinner with Dexter,
yeah.
Leon Prater, all of that. But Harrison's got his own little side story this week as well. We get some background on a lot of these other killers that he meets and everything like that. But just kind of like general thoughts here at the beginning. What did you think of this, this episode, kind of the setup for everything, and what were your thoughts kind of going into this, because this was the big tease that we had this whole season. Like, this is what the trailers were built around.
Yeah.
This is what the tease of the season was. Like, what happens when Dexter meets other people like him?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I again, like I've said, I've really loved how they've paced out this season. I think typically this would be like an episode, like end of episode 1 or episode 2, 3 at the most, but them stretching it out to 4, I think the pacing has been immaculate. Potentially
it's
one
been
of the
perfect.
best. I think it's maybe one of the best paced out seasons of Dexter we've ever had. Like, nothing feels boring. Nothing feels, like, oh my gosh, just get here. But also it feels like, yeah, we're taking our time. It feels real. It feels genuinely well paced. And yeah, everything feels so earned this week. I almost think it's even better, like, if you've seen the trailer. Like, I'm really curious to watch some, like, reactions of people who haven't watched trailers. The people like, fucking Peter Dinklage is in there? Like, what the hell?
Yeah, it's like, oh wait, what the heck is the ghost from Destiny doing here?
Like, this is a crazy cast. Easily the most stacked cast Dexter has ever had. Not to say Dexter hasn't had some big cast members in the past. There's been a couple, but
John Lithgow, obviously.
Yes.
Jimmy Smits.
Yes. No. There's been some, some
heavy hitters.
Actors. Yeah, but no, this, I think every character has, I don't say every character, because there was a couple of that. Like, there's the Abracadabra actor that I'm like, well, I don't know.
Oh, David S. Malchin. I mean, I think the Gemini killer there's a little bit more to him, I think. In this episode revealed to me, because I had, again, we talked about this. We'll get to it eventually. But I had the big theory coming into this. I was like, all of these characters are not making it out of the first episode. Like, there's too many of them.
Yeah,
and that is a trap that I think you fell into, the show You. Is too many characters. Yeah, no, not you. The show You, that you fell into a lot of times is like it was over bloated with characters. But Dexter, being who he is, being back in his element, he's gonna thin the herd very quickly. And it is survival of the fittest serial killer. So,
no, it's definitely very, like, I do think it's such a fun. Not to say that Dexter has never, like, been in contact with other serial killers, because he 100% has. Like, he's done this almost every season.
Arthur Mitchell, eventually Miguel was another serial killer. Isaac Serco, not really a serial killer, but like a hitman mob boss kind of thing.
Yeah, but it is a very different dynamic to have it be like I do feel like
on good terms.
I think you're right, yeah, because I feel like he's never really been friends with.
No, he's always been very reserved. Like, every time, like, and he always does this. This is the same kind of layout, right? He assumes an identity. In the past, like with Trinity, it was Kyle Butler, right? Now he is Ronald Schmidt. Or I like how throughout the entire episode, everybody was like, "Oh, this is Ronald Schmidt." He's like, "Call me Red," like trying to pretend like, okay, this is what he would do. But no, I think it's been really interesting to see how, like, I've been very interested to see how he ends up interacting with all of these people, and he gets to be a version of himself that he has never been able to show to anyone outside of his victims the moment that they are on the table, and he is being so honest while also hiding so much at the same time. Like, the stories that he tells, like, again, we'll get to it, but like when he talks to Kristen Ritter's character Mia, Lady Vengeance, like they kind of trauma dump and bond over their shared, childhood traumas and things like that, and he is being 100% truthful about Dexter's backstory, but conveying it through the lens of this dark passenger killer.
Yeah, and I think there's always I think Dexter is always at his most fascinating when he's dealing with like temptation, right? Like I think that's an element that's always very fascinating, and
yes,
he truly is a boy in a candy store that's just like, can this be for real? Is this like, like?
And again, as Harry said, that is it too good to be true?
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I think like not to jump ahead, but like I do think like where he goes next is very fascinating to me because he broke rule 1, day 1, and like how is that going to work? And like I think like what's very fascinating to me is like I think he could have got up there and told them almost the entire truth, and they would have been like, well, hell yeah, this is awesome. Like I think if he was like, I killed Red, I am the Bay Harbor Butcher, they'd be like, bravo. And I think they would have welcomed him in, outside of the fact that the Bay Harbor Butcher is known for killing other killers, and that would have been like
that's the one little wrench in it. He is like, I think he is the monster that they tell stories about in that circle, right? Is like, I feel like these kind of characters are, high on life, sort of like on top of the world, nothing can stop us. But that one man, he scares me, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like he is Baba Yaga. He is the boogeyman. He is John Wick in a lot of ways.
It's cool to actually get to see the legend a little bit of, and we dived into this a little bit in like New Blood, where it's like he is this like now this 10-year-old
the Bay Harbor Butcher.
Yeah.
You know the nickname.
And like even then, like even when she's doing the story, I was like, but was it really him? It feels like everyone always kind of knew it wasn't him, but like they didn't have any proof of it. So it's like
I love how that's kind of like a conspiracy theory, like top 10 conspiracy theories in the Dexter universe is like, was the Bay Harbor Butcher ever actually really caught? And,
is he still out there? Yeah.
Could he still be butchering people to this day?
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
Yes,
and I love like, I think like this show does a really good job at like nostalgia, I guess is like what I'd say, because it's like
100%.
It doesn't feel, I mean, I guess episode 1 does feel a little like cameo, look at the thing, like there are those moments too, but I think I love the little like this is the knife that the Trinity killer wasn't a Trinity killer, and I love the little ones, like you have like the like clown for like New Blood. It's like, oh, that is like, that's not a big character, but it's really cool to see that like that continuity, around. And I think this is a really cool way to let Dexter kind of like look upon his past and also remind the audience of some of these big things. Like, hey, you remember season 1? You remember Brian Moser and stuff like that. And, I think bringing that back into modern day is very interesting, especially what Original Sin is doing right now. Like they're both tackling it. We also know he's in the season. Like we don't know yet, but it seems like he's in the season.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting as well.
Yeah. So I guess let's move into that. So Charlie picks him up, takes Dexter or Red to Prater's mansion. He uses his little fake thumbprint that he makes. You get that little high tension scene where he's like, oh, sweaty palms. Let's do the actual thumbprint there, and then we meet Peter Dinklage, Leon Prater, and it's such kind of a subversion to expectations, is because Dexter goes into this thinking, okay, the man who organized this is going to be just like me. And then he talks about, okay, the others are on their way. And Dexter's like, oh, so others just like me. Are you just like me? And he's like, oh, absolutely not. I'm just a big fan. And I think that's such an interesting angle, is because we kind of thought that Prater was, and he's doing all this like, philanthropic work around the city and stuff like that. Like you see a billboard with him with like the, NYPD later on in the episode and stuff like that. So it's very interesting to see that Prater is just kind of a big fan of serial killers. He's like, if somebody that was a big fan of true crime had way too much money and time on their hands, he's become this crazy collector. He shows Dexter his vault. General Grievous, this will make a fine addition to my collection. Like, he asks him to bring a trophy to add to the collection table and everything. And like you said, we get to see all of these different elements from past seasons. We see the blood slides that Dokes took. Those were, Dexter's original blood slides, which was great. And he said, "Hello, old friends." And he's like, "Do not touch." That was perfect.
I know this is jumping towards the end, but like, he does it, like, he goes back to like the blood spatter, or like, he goes back to the blood plint. Do you think he's going to take it back by the end of the season? Like, do you think he's going to get his original collection and start?
Oh, 100%. I could see it now. It was like Prater's mansion gets raided, and like they catalog all the evidence, and there's a piece of evidence missing. It's the Bay Harbor Butcher's slides. I think that's exactly what's going to happen.
It's interesting because I love that scene in the premiere of Original Sin. He's like, "I'm a monster, but I'm an evolved monster," and it's like he's moved past the need for it, but he is in many ways relapsing.
Yes, he's falling back into those original primal urges, which they talk about is everybody's got a different name for it. The itch, the urge, that sort of thing. So I think that is very interesting too, is to see, yes, Dexter has been resurrected, but he also wants to fall back into comfort and habit and that sort of thing. But kind of continuing with the vaults, like obviously, like we mentioned earlier, we've got the blood slides, we've got the Trinity Killer's hammer, and then Prater's like, "Oh, it's actually a misnomer. Did you know he killed in fours?" And Dexter's like, "Yeah, of course I did." The table that Brian Moser was killed on, all of these other artifacts, some real life. He's a collector. He has his way. You got the Pogo the Clown, but the New York Ripper, which got mentioned, and we know that Detective Wallace worked on that New York Ripper case as well. So that's very interesting, and that kind of again ties into all of these theories of like maybe the one that got away, and if she finds out that Dexter is infiltrating these people, crossing all the T's and dotting all the I's, she puts all the pieces together and is like, I could use this to help solve these unsolved cases.
Yeah.
You do get some real life serial killers in there as well. Ted Bundy, Charles Manson, that sort of thing. I think that was really cool. You get little teases for the serial killers that we will meet at the party as well.
Yes.
Al, the Rapunzel, is his serial killer name. Neil Patrick Harris's character, the tattoo collector, of course. David Dastmalchian, the Gemini killer, as well as kind of the big one, obviously Kristen Ritter's character, Mia, Lady Vengeance. And I think the introduction of her to Dexter was like kind of the connection that you thought you were going to get right off the bat. And like when Prater explained who she was and what she did, is like, oh, she kills predators, basically, is the big thing, right? And abusers and things like that, which is so fun and so interesting. And Dexter's like, does she have a code? Like, it was basically Dexter's like, did we just become best friends? Like, that kind of thing. It's like they are so interlinked and intertwined. But that sole fact, though, I think that there could be a very interesting connection between her and everything going on with Harrison as well. Because think about it, Harrison's victim also fits the profile of what one of Mia's victims would have been. Yes, it's the disposal was the MO of the Bay Harbor Butcher, but what if the NYPD eventually starts thinking, okay, maybe these two killers teamed up? Something like that could be an interesting direction.
And also, like, I feel like there's a connection to Lumen there as well, right? Because Lumen had a similar. I'm not gonna say it's your way of bringing her back. She's dead, right? But like,
that would be interesting if she got a mention at least.
Something like, I feel like
like maybe Dexter's like, oh well, I had a friend who had a very similar mission to yours, or something like that. I think that would be very interesting.
Oh no, wait, Lumen's not dead.
No, she's not dead, but she's just gone.
That's right. Okay, they're all
Yeah.
blonde. I apologize. They were a couple seasons apart. But yeah, no, it's going to be interesting. I do want to bring kind of pass it up a little bit, but I did have a thought. Oh God, what's his name? What's the collector's name again?
Prater. Leon Prater.
Okay.
Yeah.
I said a couple weeks ago that I didn't think he was our main villain.
Yes.
This season.
I 100% don't think he's the main villain of the season.
Okay. I kind of disagree now. I kind of now think he is, because I think that's way more fascinating. I think it's really, really interesting to have a season of collecting serial killers, but instead of the one who is actually the serial killer, it's the one collecting them and bringing all the... Like, I think that's slightly more interesting.
I think he's an antagonist. I think that he will be a target of the NYPD because he has all of this illegal evidence, but I don't think he is truly the villain. I still think it's Charlie. I think it's Uma Thurman's character. Okay, I think, she is very loyal to Prater and everything, but I think the moment that she starts seeing the cracks, and I feel like we're almost kind of getting those elements, like she is very, like, you know, at the end of even skipping forward to the end of the dinner party, Prater's like, oh, I think that went quite well. And Uma Thurman's character's like, yeah, sure, dude, whatever. Like, I'm just doing my job kind of thing. Like, I think that she seems very dark and mysterious and that sort of thing. And we were introduced to her before we were even introduced to Prater. She has already killed one of the serial killers that was supposed to be a member of the club because he turned on the group. So there is then precedent for her to potentially, you know, very much so enforce Prater's rules to possibly the extreme, which will then play into everything that we saw play out as the episode continued. But you go ahead.
I really like the aspect of, like, sometimes the most evil people aren't the ones that get their hands dirty. Like, I think that could be very interesting, where, like, he physically will not go out and kill anybody, but he will make everyone else do it for him. Well,
that goes back to the villain of season 5, back to our Lumen season, right? Is so you know, the motivational speaker and everything like that. He had his friends do his dirty work. You know, he did not ever actually commit the murders, but he had all of his underlings do it for him.
Yeah.
So you're right. That is a good parallel for Prater.
Like, I think a story about obsession could also be very interesting, because that's something that Dexter can relate with on a very serious level. And I like, you know, maybe this idea that he wants to be a serial killer, right? Like, that's something he's had, that same drive, that same passion that Dexter has always had, but he does not have the ability to carry it out. So he lives those fantasies through this group of people, and it pushes him too far. And, like, I think there's an opportunity to do something very different than we have with any other Dexter villain. And I'm not saying Uma Thurman's character wouldn't, because has there ever been a female villain before? Has that ever happened? Lila?
Outside of Lila, no. Yeah. And a lot of people will say, like, in a weird way, that Dokes was the villain of that season.
That, and you could be like, Maria is the villain of season. Well,
because again, you had Dokes, like, you also had the Skinner and all of that kind of stuff. Yeah. But, like, I always think of season 2 as Lila being the villain of that season. And speak of the devil, dude, like, I got a couple of little Lila vibes there from Mia this week.
Christian?
As far as...
Is that Christian's character?
Kristen Ritter's character, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so, again, a female serial killer that immediately connects with Dexter, understands his dark past and everything like that, is being kind of seductive, I guess is the best way to put it. Like, you know, I think that is how things started out with Lila.
You're right.
And Dexter was like, oh, this person who really gets me, they understand me on this personal level. Yeah, it's like, you know, care for a glass of wine, Mr. Passenger.
I do think I already like her more than Lila.
Oh,
But
100%. No, I really already like this character a lot.
I like her a lot. I don't know how much of it is I like her or if I just like Christian Riddler like as an
Yeah.
actress. Like I like her and everything I've seen
Yeah.
her in.
Mm-hmm.
And it is funny because I did say like literally I don't know if it was last week or the week before, but I was like I'm good with love interest. Like I don't think Dexter needs another one. I'm like, all right,
You're like,
you know,
oh man,
I
this
feel
one
like
might work. And
out of
hey,
all of them,
to be fair, it's not another blonde love interest for you.
it's
So
not. It's not.
hey, that's a win. He's
Yeah,
broadening his horizons, right?
sure. Do you think it's genuine? Do you think her friendship with him, the seductive nature? Because I fell for it. Like until this very moment, I was like, yeah, of course it is. But I was like,
Yeah.
she's a serial killer. She could be playing some angle. But I'd also get if she was just lonely, right? Like she's like a serial killer can't connect on the intimate level.
Yes. I think in the same way that Dexter partially is genuine with how he's interacting with all of these people, but also I think there is an ulterior motive. I think it's going to be very interesting once she figures out who Dexter really is and once Dexter truly understands who she is as well. I think he needs to do his proper vetting.
Yeah.
Just like Harry said, again, like Harry popped up during the dinner, right? Dexter goes to talk to him and he's like, dude, what are you doing? Like these people are they're not your friends, they're your victims.
Yeah.
Is what he tells Dexter, which I thought was a very, very powerful line.
Mm-hmm.
But also again, trying to like put his head on straight. And further on in the episode, you're supposed to be, killing these people. What are you doing? You're setting up a date with Lady Vengeance. Like, and he smacks him in the head. Like, come on. I think that's great. Is that the first time that he's physically interacted with his dark passenger? Like, I don't think Harry's ever like physically touched him or anything. Like, maybe he's like handed him things.
His sister did, for sure.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah, you're right.
But that seemed different to me. But it's so interesting. It's so interesting. And then so at the dinner, we have a little show and tell time, and that's where Neil Patrick Harris's character, the tattoo collector, talks about his process as a killer. And he finds this young girl who's getting a new tattoo that he wants to add to his collection. And Dexter's like, okay, you've just made the top of my list. He is exactly somebody who fits the code. He is going to kill an innocent person. He has proof that this man is going to kill another innocent person, so he needs to stop it before it happens. And we'll put a pin in that, or I guess a tattoo needle in that. And I want to take a brief reprieve and kind of talk about all the other side stories that were going on leading up to that. But do you have anything else kind of on the dinner, on Prater, on Mia, Lady Vengeance, anything like that?
No, not necessarily. Yeah, like I think the execution was very good. I'm loving kind of this recurring theme for Dexter where he loves playing with his food. He loves
and I think Harry said that too, is don't play with your food. And that is what has bit him in the past. Trinity, Miguel, Lila, even to an extent. Brain surgeon, Oliver Saxon.
But he's also not wrong either. Like, he wasn't completely wrong with Arthur, where it's like, yes, maybe you could learn something. And yes, you don't want to blow your cover.
Hot take, he should have killed Arthur in the kitchen.
Yeah, you're right. Arthur.
He should have killed Arthur in the kitchen, man. He should have killed him in the kitchen. He should have killed him at the construction site.
I will say him not killing Arthur the second he shot Deb pisses me off.
Or yeah,
that was like, dude,
or inspired his daughter to shoot Deb.
That's true, but he thought it was Arthur.
It was
it was like, well, yeah.
Yeah, well, who else could it be at that point? Yeah. But no, so the other parts of this episode, obviously, Harrison and Harrison's story overlaps with Batista's story, which then overlaps with the NYPD story.
Yeah.
So Harrison is feeling the guilt and regret over what he's done, and it is building. It is like a telltale heart situation, which I thought was very, a very good visual and kind of, ode to things like that, is he gets the watch back, and that is kind of the one piece that is still linking him to Ryan's murder. into his death. And like, yes, Harrison has kind of escaped from the police as far as suspicion goes at this point, but we also see the cops talking about it, and they're like, yeah, this is not a great alibi. Like, okay, you're living in the hotel, cool, but that doesn't mean that you didn't kill the guy.
Yeah.
You see Harrison kind of seeking out support from his friend that works in the hotel. Harrison, while Dexter had all of the Riz this week, Harrison unfortunately got none of it, apparently.
Yeah.
So, sorry Harrison. But
yeah, he took a shot. He missed.
Yeah, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, so.
Yeah, and like, I'm personally really enjoying this love interest. I think.
Yeah, me too.
More than the last. Not that I didn't enjoy the last love interest, but also I thought she was a little bland at times, a little one-dimensional at times. She reminded me of too many characters I've seen before, I feel like. And this one I'm quite enjoying. Like, I'm really loving the like single mother vibe that she has going, and like what if we're going to parallel? Oh, that could actually be really fun if we parallel the early Dexter days of like, new father in the picture with single mother kind of thing that we did with Frida.
Oh wow, I didn't even think about that, but yeah, you're right.
That just
Harrison
is then
like, you're right. Harrison is filling that same kind of role. Interesting, very interesting. I like that.
That'd be interesting, and
I like.
To me,
that.
I read it like we didn't have a chance to talk about what had happened. As it's it happens. You shoot your shot, it doesn't take it. You have to just let
just let things play out. But in the aftermath of that, though, she may or may not have said some things that, Harrison, you get him next time. Said some things that she shouldn't have said to a particular captain with the most passion. So Batista back in the picture, investigating. Harrison tracks the truck. Tracks that to Harrison, tracks that to the hotel.
Yep.
Batista and Harrison have a really interesting, a really great conversation there at the beginning. Jamie Batista mentioned thank you. I thought that was great.
I was so happy. I was like,
I loved that.
She got her bachelor's. She's doing well.
I thought she got her doctorate, is what he said.
Is it doctorate?
Or her PhD. Yeah, she got her PhD and is a middle school principal or something like that.
I think that'd be like, I said a couple weeks ago that I didn't know how they would reincorporate her. It's actually really easy. Just have like her, like him go out to dinner with a sister for like or something, doing something.
Yeah,
and that's just
it'd be like, oh hey, I talked to Harrison, and she's like, oh, little Harrison, like Harrison! that'd be great. Yeah, that'd be great. But I loved how Harrison's face kind of lit up and was like, oh Jamie, like she's awesome. Like
I don't know how he didn't remember. I guess that makes sense though, because she was around low-key.
She was around way more than Dexter and Deb back then. Yeah. So I would say, of course, obviously, but also too is probably things that he was told as well. You know what I mean? And I'm sure Dexter probably told Hannah a lot of some backstory to tell Harrison, just so he didn't have a ton of questions. Yeah. We do need an Aster and Cody. I need them to show up. I want Aster and Cody to meet Harrison.
Yeah. Okay.
I want them to. Yeah.
Let me go.
Yeah. Go ahead.
They're a duo of villains for a season. They've come to get revenge on Dexter for leaving them and faking his death.
No. Again, I think
Dexter.
I think if they show up, they're going to agree with Dexter. I think they're going to be like, thank you for avenging our mother and making sure that other kids don't lose their mothers. You know what I mean?
Okay, that is interesting, because I feel like if it's out, like let's say everyone knows about Dexter, but the whole world learns about who he is.
Oh, that'd be crazy. The truth is, I am the Bay Harbor Butcher. Oh, that's how the season ends.
No, I think it'd be fascinating if one agrees and one doesn't, right? Like I think Aster would 100%. I think she would be like, no, there's evil in this world. The same evil that killed our mother, the same evil that hit and abused my friends as a kid. And like to a point, I think part of her knew what he did that night, like to her friend's father.
It was kind of like a don't ask, don't tell sort of situation.
So I think she would understand. I feel like Cody would side on the other side. I think Cody thinks of Dexter as a hero, as this Superman figure. He thinks of
the dark defender.
Yeah, but like he's a killer. No way he's a killer. Dexter would never do that. And when he found out, I think he'd be crushed. I think he'd be distraught. Like and that would be, I think, a very interesting dynamic of like, I don't know how big of a role they could possibly have in a season, but I think it'd be interesting for them to see it differently. It's like, you didn't see what I saw when this was going on. Like, you were too young to understand the tragedy that we grew up in. Like, I think that could be interesting.
Yeah, I think that would be awesome. I hope that that's something that they save for a future season. Yes, it would be. Yeah, exactly, and it would be flipping the original dynamic. Yes, 100%. Awesome. And I like that direction. I like that idea. But back to Harrison and Batista, right? So Batista starts asking questions about the murder and everything like that. Harrison, again, kind of like a deer caught in headlights, but kind of talks his way out of the situation. And then his friend comes up and is like, "Hey, Harrison didn't know anything about this murder," and that sort of thing. And Batista's like, "Wait, what? Nobody said anything about a murder."
Yeah.
Like, I was just talking to him about his dad. Nobody said something about a murder. And then he puts all the pieces together, finds out that Ryan got chopped up, just like the Bay Harbor Butcher's victims. He goes to talk to Detective Wallace and is like, "Hey, I might have some info for you." Which is, that's going in the direction that I thought it was as well, is Batista is going to be kind of working parallel with them. We get another scene of Batista talking to Harrison, and this one was even better than the first one. Batista was like, he cut the crap, right? He was like, I'm done trying to play coy and to play nice, and is like, your dad is bad news. He got LaGuardia killed. He got your Aunt Deb killed.
Yeah.
He got your mother killed.
Yep.
And you're protecting him. And now he's out here and he's, potentially killed again. Like, he doesn't necessarily say that Dexter killed he doesn't reveal that Dexter's alive to Harrison. But he's like, you're going down a very dangerous path. You're going down a very dark path. And by not telling me what happened here, you're becoming no better than your father. And I really hope for your sake, you make the right decision. And he leaves.
Yeah.
But it is so interesting to see Batista go down this path this season. Like, we talked about this before the stream started, is the joke originally from the old show was, between Batista and Quinn, 0 cases solved. Like, oh, these 2 cops knock on your door, you're fine. Like, that kind of thing. Like, kind of they're the screw ups of Miami Metro in a way. Like, I know they weren't, but that was kind of the joke, is they were, not solving any cases because Dexter was always throwing everybody off and saving the, saving the solves for himself, basically. But Batista has locked in and done some serious Batman-level detective work, put all the pieces together, and is on a vengeance tear, trying to expose what he already knows is true now.
Yeah.
And he is doing this out of, I think, number one, trying to avenge LaGuardia's death. 100%.
Yeah.
But I think also Batista feels hurt and feels betrayed and feels like an idiot for allowing all of this stuff to happen
under his nose,
behind his back for over a decade.
Yeah.
He called this man a friend, a brother.
Yeah.
And he, again, like he said, he mourned his death. He spoke at his funeral, and only to then find out he's still alive. He hid that from him, and that he was this famous or infamous serial killer that the department was after for years, and again, led to the deaths of many of his friends. Dokes, Deb, LaGuardia, and everyone else in between.
Yeah.
Like, I cannot fault Batista for what he's doing
No.
as somebody from the outside looking in. But as a fan of the show, as a fan of Batista, as a fan of Dexter, as somebody who knows what happens when somebody learns about Dexter's true nature, what is the first rule of the code? Don't get caught.
Yeah.
Go ask Logan what happens when you find out who Dexter really is. Go ask Dokes what happens when you find out who Dexter really is. Go ask Lila. You can't. They're all dead.
Yeah.
So
it's interesting. Yeah, because it's interesting because it's like he's never outright, shot someone in the head for knowing who he is. And, because of that code is in place. Like the only time he's come close is Maria, right? But I also think
then Deb cleans up that mess for him.
I also think he was in a very different headspace. Like he was in a very desperate place at the time.
Yeah, and desperate times call for desperate measures, and he will do whatever it takes to preserve himself.
Yeah.
Very much so. Honestly, a good parallel. Season 1 Oliver. No one can know my secret.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think it's so interesting what we're building to. Again, connecting all of these pieces of Harrison is connected to this death. It's the same style of killing and cleanup that the Bay Harbor Butcher did. And now this all ties into the end of the episode. Because Neil Patrick Harris, the tattoo collector, is off to do what he does, collect another tattoo. Dexter is kind of trapped between a rock and a hard place. He doesn't have all of his equipment.
Yeah.
But he uses his resources to his advantage and gets the tattoo collector on his table. And this is the classic setup. He's got the apron on. He's got him wrapped in plastic and everything. But Dexter's back to his old tricks. 2 nights the night, baby. He takes his little, blood sample. He does the blood slides, and I love that picture of Dexter just looking at the slides, holding it up. That's going to be my thumbnail for the video. And he's back to who he truly is.
Yeah.
I think, they had a great conversation. Neil Patrick Harris's character just kind of accepted his fate. He's like, oh, shoot, well, I've been on the other end of this so many times. I know what's happening here. Like, I know this is it for me. Just kind of tell me what's going on here, basically. Like, who are you? I'm Dexter Morgan. Who's that? The Bay Harbor Butcher. And then he freaks the freak out. I loved it. Again, you get the music swelling. You get Dexter's kind of release. And, dude, it just was such a well-crafted scene. It was such a perfectly staged scene. The lighting, the dialogue, the music, the facial expressions, and the storytelling in that, in the dialogue and the inflections. It was such a well put together scene. And how I talked about last episode of him killing Red being, Dexter's true resurrection and Dexter's true kind of, reassumption of his past identity. It was even more so with this. Is he, for the first time ever, truly embraced who he is. Yeah. He embraced the name. He called himself the Bay Harbor Butcher. Back to season 2, when Dokes found him. I got you. You're the Bay Harbor Butcher. Yeah. I really hate that name. Like, he never wanted to go by that. He preferred Dark Defender, or as Batista called him, Dark Avenger. I think that was kind of funny. But he's truly accepted who he is. And I think that's because of his interactions with the other killers, with Prater, by seeing his old trophies, and by talking through some things with Mia. And I do really think that that's going to be a very interesting direction to go in. But now he's killed Lowell, and there is now a vacancy on the council that will not go unnoticed. And Harrison's like, so what do you do now? And I love Dexter's little freak out is like, you're the one who told me to do this. Like, I'll figure it out. Like, this whole operation was your idea. Yeah. But I think that's going to be very interesting. I think Dexter's going to find a way through it pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like that scene was so good. That scene was so good. And then it carries on to the end of the episode. Harrison again, all of these different ideas that have been kind of swelling, everything from Batista kind of rattling around in his head, talking about, okay, you're no better than your father, that sort of thing. He goes to the police station to try to turn himself in, and then you get a grab on the shoulder, turn around, Harrison, don't. And it's Dexter.
Yeah.
Revealing himself to Harrison that he's still alive. Roll credits. End of episode. Interesting theory that I thought about. What if it really wasn't Dexter? Because him and Harry just very recently had that conversation, like, I'm not ready to go back and see him yet. What if he doesn't want to see me? What if Harrison has now manifested his dark passenger in the same way that Dexter manifests Harry? Because again, he still thinks Dexter is dead. I know that's kind of an out of left field kind of thing, but I wouldn't put it past them. Like, I think at face value, yeah, Dexter's going to help his son make sure he doesn't make a mistake by turning himself in. But wouldn't that be an interesting subversion to start the next episode? And Dexter's somewhere completely different than, that scenario right there in front of the police station. Or maybe like Dexter's in the car watching this happen. Like, he didn't actually go up to stop him, but he sees Harrison stop, turn around, look surprised, and then walk away. I think that would be very interesting.
Yeah, I'm curious because, again, I'm so impressed how long they've waited to have this reunion. Like, I think it's very ballsy to wait until potentially episode 5, if not longer, to do this. And I think that's pretty awesome. I'm curious to kind of see where the season goes from here, because this is technically what the whole theme of the season was supposed to be, going to find his son, right? Yeah. And he's really got distracted. I think that's really funny. It's like, ooh, shiny,
Dexter's always getting distracted. He's getting distracted by people, shiny objects, murders, everything.
Yeah, no. So I think it probably will be Dexter, but I also would not be shocked at all if it was an illusion, at least for an episode, because I do think I think there's a fun aspect to play with of, like, is this real? Yes. Or maybe it is him, but he doesn't believe it's him for the whole episode.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I think by the end of episode 5, Dexter will physically be there with Harrison.
Sure.
And they're going to be like, all right, we got to figure something out. Like, I'm investigating Prater, Batista's investigating you and me. The cops are investigating us. We're being very much so closed in here, and we've got to find a way out of this. And again, I still think that the best way forward and the only way forward and the only way out of this for Dexter is to work with Detective Wallace and somehow maybe play on her connection and maybe failed investigation of the New York Ripper that we had mentioned this episode, and pitch himself as the solution to the problem and say, hey, I taught Harrison to do this. He was just defending this girl. Like, don't throw the book at Harrison. Use me. And that's what, again, makes him the CI, gives him immunity from Batista's investigation as well. I think he could very easily solve all of his problems with
all the other serial
exactly killers. He's like, all right, I will catch and kill all of these other serial killers for you if my son goes free and you keep Batista out of my way. So you could almost see the detective kind of keep trying to throw Batista off the trail, off the scent, which leads me to another very interesting point here, right? Again, as we talked about this a little bit earlier, is what if we somehow end up at a point where we frame Mia for Ryan's death? Because again, Ryan is the type of person that Mia would go after. Lady Vengeance would go after Ryan. So what if she's like the last one left? And Dexter's having a really tough time killing her because she is doing, for all intents and purposes, the same thing that Dexter is doing. And then he has to make that decision, maybe, is save Mia or save Batista
And
And
I'd argue
maybe
Mia.
Harrison makes that decision for him. And I think Batista's death is going to be an accidental death by Harrison.
I don't know.
Dude, there's so much. Like, I've not had this fun speculating in a while. And this was a big episode, too. This was over an hour. This was like an hour and 7 minutes, an hour and 6 minute episode. This was insane.
Yeah, I guess that would have been my only kind of like, not even an issue. But yeah, I do think it kind of does drag at the end there just a little bit. Like, there's a point.
But I think you need it.
Oh, it's still going? I agree.
I think because, again, all of this stuff, yes, you could have split it into 2 episodes, but I think you need the whole picture and the whole context to really get the emotional connection of the episode itself. And then I think everything else will probably be normal length going forward. But this was the big one in runtime and in reveals.
I know, like, next week is technically the back half of the season, but I think this was really almost like mid-season point of just like.
Yes, if you were to say, okay, what's a mid-season finale, quote unquote, like this is it. Yeah, and then everything post this, I almost think like, and then the finale, true proper, will be episode 9, and then episode 10 is going to be more so like admin wrap up, kind of epilogue kind of episode. At least that's how I would hope that it is structured.
Yeah, I'm curious because this is the first Dexter series that's supposed to be getting a second season since the original, right? Like since 2012 is it? So I'm curious as like what threads do we wrap up? Are you right that we're going to like a different city come season 2? How much of this do we wrap up? Because like some of these characters, like Mia is a character I'd like to keep around. Like she's a character
I would too.
I'd watch a couple seasons with her, and play the long game. And same with Blessing, and same with these agents.
And, which is, thank you for mentioning Blessing. That's the one element that we didn't bring up. Is just a small little scene, but Dexter sees Blessing and his family doing kind of like game night and that sort of thing, and he's like, "These are great people, but they're not my people."
And it's like, Dexter, those aren't your people either, buddy. Those.
Yeah.
He wants them to be, but they aren't. And like I'm really enjoying like the. I've said it the last couple of weeks, but I think the show's strongest point so far are these characters, and I think that's Dexter. I think that's Dexter. That's always been Dexter's strength, is being able to create these characters that feel like they have so much life and so much personality. Mm-hmm. It's almost a shame we killed off Neil Patrick Harris.
That was my theory from the beginning, that he was going to die immediately.
Even
and
Red,
he did.
Like I really liked, like the concept. Like it's interesting because all of these, like all of these killers could be full.
They could be. But I think it shows just how in tune Dexter is with himself, that he can kill a quote unquote big bad. He killed 2 big bads in 2 episodes.
Yeah. And I think this is one of the like, someday it might be fun to like rank the serial killers of this universe or something.
Yeah.
Or, like, in terms
100%.
Of themes or whatever.
100%.
I think like I don't love it. Obviously bad guy, right? But like in terms of a concept, like a killer that like kills people and takes their tattoos is kind of awesome. That's kind of really 100%. Cool.
Like every single one of these characters could have their own spin-off shows. And I think even Kristen Ritter talked about this at Comic-Con. If I saw a clip of her talking about, her character Mia and all of these other characters, how they're so unique. Everybody has so much character to them that you could go down that rabbit hole. You could have a whole show about
or something.
Each of these characters individually.
Mm-hmm. And I think I do think I think we kind of brushed over it a little bit, but I do think it is fascinating. Mia kind of just being Dexter, like she is Dexter.
She's just female Dexter. Yes,
she is Dexter with almost. I don't know, almost better version of Dexter in a way.
She's
like,
Dexter with a more fine-tooth comb, with a more targeted, audience.
You know what I mean? Like it feels more like, I don't know. Like I feel like if you're in court, right? I feel like she would get more leniency than he would, right? Because he's like, any bad thing, whatever. She is like,
no, I mean, well, Dexter's code, he is supposed to only kill other killers. Yes, he's branched off of that to save people or to kill people who could potentially kill and that sort of thing. But yeah, no, it is very interesting to see the two of them, and I think that, again, I'm going to be very interested to see what happens if and when Mia finds out who that Red is. Dexter.
Who Dexter is, yeah.
Yes,
I think I don't know. It's going to be tough because even then, Mia doesn't seem to necessarily like the people she's hanging out. Like, she doesn't like this community. It's just, well, it's good money. It's good money.
Yeah,
I think, even Neil's character, she seemed to seriously dislike Neil.
Oh yeah. She's like, dude, if you try to take my tattoo, I'm gonna,
kill you. Yeah. So I think she's 100% pro Dexter. I don't think so kill
killers. Well, yeah. If we had to pick sides, 100%. Yeah, she's on Team Dexter the whole way.
Yeah.
I do think also one final piece that I forgot to mention here was, again, Dexter obviously assuming Red's identity, had to adopt all of Red's characteristics, and I thought the funniest running joke this entire episode was that Red was a vegan, and that the fact that, oh, hey, I've prepared this, special, vegan meal for you, while Dexter is like eyeing all of this, tomahawk steaks and prime rib and everything like that, and it's like, nope, here's your vegan meal. I think that was the worst torture of all. Oh, you want to come back to my place for some pastries? Oh, look at all these pastries. Nope, here's your vegan kale whatever. And I'm like, Dexter, if you would have said one thing, like, just say, you know what, I'm trying something different.
Yeah, I think I do really I think it's a really funny bit to be like, we kill for a living. We are some of the worst people to ever exist. But your diet, what can we do to help a quiet? It was it's so good. It's so funny. It adds so much to all of their characters.
Oh no, it's great. It's great. It reminds me, actually, I saw a TikTok at one point. It was like the socially acceptable mob or something like that. And it was like, okay, what if the mob was very conscious of current social issues and things like that? Sure. And that's exactly what this is.
Gary, it's global warming. We gotta do something.
Yeah.
Let's read through some comments here.
Yeah, we got a lot.
Do you think there's more to David's character? We didn't learn much about him. 100%. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Well,
he's
again,
the only one so far that I'm like, I don't care much, but I don't know much yet. So I'm excited.
I think from the way that he was presented this episode, I think there's a very good possibility that once he figures out that other killers are dropping like flies, maybe he bounces and he's somebody that carries into another season.
But that's okay. See, this is why I'm even more convinced it's going to be, God damn it, his name keeps
Prater.
Yes, why I think he'll be the main villain, because that makes sense to me. Is he now tries to go kill Dexter or something because he's taken away his toys. He is single-handedly.
Well, I think again he's going to send Charlie after him. I think again Charlie's the physical threat. Again, I think very much so. It's going to mirror season 5. In a lot of ways. We have multiple villains. Sure. Just again, season 5, Dexter and Lumen were going after all the little mini bosses to get to the one big head honcho. And that's what is happening here. But I do think that there's a possibility that if what the creatives have said is true, is that Des Malton's character, the Gemini killer, is going to end up either going off in his own way and Dexter goes after him later, or again he is going to be set up as potentially the next, maybe not the next big bad, but a threat for the future.
I will say I don't want every one of these killers to die, because I think that's been one of my pet peeves of the show is they kill off everybody they have.
But again, that's the whole point. That's the whole point. Is Dexter supposed to kill him? Again, just like Harry, these aren't your friends; they're your victims.
I think at least one needs to get away. I think
100%.
And I feel like maybe that will be Christian's character. I think that would make the most sense. It was okay, you have to leave town or I'm going to kill you or
But,
something. Like,
but again,
really,
I don't think she fits Dexter's code though.
No.
Because again,
nor I don't think he has any issue keeping her alive. Like he seems like, yeah, that checks out.
No, I mean, I think that's going to be an interesting conversation between him and Harry, right? Is like Dexter's going to make the case like she's doing the same thing that I'm doing.
Right.
But there's probably going to be something that happens and she shows a little bit of a darker tendency even than Dexter, or less care for innocent life or something like that. And that's going to spark Harry to be like, all right, you got to take her out now.
Yeah.
Not on a date. On the table.
Tinfoil hat theory, Prater is the New York Ripper, and actually he's the killer himself. I don't know if that's tinfoil hat, because I also thought it. I feel like that might be a little bit too obvious, in fact. I think he's way more interesting if he's not a killer.
Yes,
I don't like every villain kind of being the same stereotypical, like, I'm a serial killer. Like, they're still bad and Dexter needs to take care of them, but they're kind of like different. Although he would be a very fascinating serial killer. Like, I like the idea that he uses his, what typically would be seen as a disadvantage to his advantage. Like, I think that would be kind of interesting. I'm like, no one suspects I would be a massive serial killer, because why would they? Like, I think that.
Well, but I mean, he is a serial killer through all of these other killers. Like, whether he wants to admit it or not, he's forcing, or not forcing, but encouraging. Let's say encouraging these other characters and funding their, their extracurricular activities.
Right? Yeah. Like he's, that is. Very
he's bankrolling these killers so that he can kind of fund and fuel his strange addiction to, and fandom of these killers. And like he tells Dexter is like, all right, tell me your plan next time you come through. Like this is going to be, show and tell. You got to tell me your process. Tell me, tell me about your next victim, like that sort of thing. And I think that's going to be very interesting.
And that's also interesting is, because he'll know how to take you down too.
Yes.
The bad aspect is very, it's like the classic, like, cartoon is like, he knows, like, you're every
he knows all his moves.
Down. Like that's.
He's like a mazo.
Yeah, no, for sure. Now this is a good episode. This is a very good episode. I'm excited for. It feels good to just be excited each week for like a new episode of a thing.
Yeah, and I think I'm gonna go out on a limb here and just say every episode has gotten better and better and better and better.
I think I agree. Yeah.
I think the only ones maybe I'd swap is I think maybe episode 1 was better than episode 2. Yeah. So I would say probably number 1 episode 4, number 2 episode 3, number 3 episode 1, number 4 episode 2.
Yeah.
And not that episode 2 is bad.
It's just a big
I just think
just setting things in motion.
Yeah. So again, I think if we continue with this
too. So like great stuff.
It was great stuff, but it was a little slower, I guess is the best way to put it, right? But not in a bad way. I just think, dude, this season is again going to continue to trend up, and if we again keep this momentum, keep this quality going, like you said, this could go down as one of the best seasons in the show's entirety.
Yeah, and I think like
this could easily be a top 3, top 5.
It's interesting because I think like for many people, nothing is going to be the top 4, and I think that's understandable. I understand that. I'm that way with like a lot of my Arrowverse seasons. It's like nothing's beating 1 and 2, and stuff like that. But like I don't know. Like we had issues with season 2. We had tiny issues with season 3. I'd even have it. I had some issues with season 1. Like there were some little things I didn't vibe with as much as other people. So like I haven't had that with this season yet. Like there really isn't a thing where I'm like, man, I'm really not liking the subplot with. It's like.
Yeah, I think the only criticism you could give it is maybe an over-reliance on nostalgia and old episodes. Sure. But I think that's also the crux of the show itself. That's the whole point. It
is a revival.
Sins of the father, the past coming back to bite you, and trying to make a new name for yourself and resurrect yourself into this, new life and this new city.
Yeah, and I think it's one of those. I think it has a perfect title. I think Resurrection is a perfect title. I think it's very, we get a lot of these kind of titles a lot, and sometimes it's like, doesn't really fit that title. Like we just had like First Steps for like Fantastic Four, and like I came up being like, I didn't need that title, and I think Born Again has a very interesting, like very similar vibe. It's like, oh no, they really
It's like a double meaning as far as like, yes, Dexter's resurrection back from the dead, but also the show's resurrection.
The show's resurrected.
Daredevil,
and like
Daredevil Born Again. The show is back,
and like not only is it back, it feels like it's returning to the golden age of Dexter.
Yes,
like what people love about it. I think the fan base even feels like it's been resurrected. Like
100%, 100%.
I obviously wasn't watching this show back when, and like TikTok wasn't a thing, but it feels like it kind of feels like a massive show. Like it feels like
it does. Well, again, it was number one. It's been number one on Paramount for like 4 weeks in a row.
Yeah,
it's every episode's getting like a 9.4 to a 9 point. I think this episode got like a 9.8 on Metacritic or something like that.
Yeah, it's hard to revive. I think it's hard to revive a show to like a more global audience. Like you can have a show come back and people love it, right? But maybe it'll get canceled because it didn't get enough viewership. It feels like it's one of the more talked about shows on right now. Yes. And that includes stuff that's like Marvel and DC and stuff like that. So it's like, I think...
Again, if it continues this trajectory, it's going to be my favorite project of the year. It's going to be my number one. This was my number one most anticipated, and it is living up to that hype and exceeding it.
Interesting. Okay.
There's nothing else I'd rather watch over this. Like, I think this is, for me, number one project of the year.
Just like in general, movies
across and TV, movies, and games even. Like I don't think there's been any great games that came out this year either.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull, I don't know why this is not loading. I'm trying to look up my like top shows of the year so far, and it's definitely in my like. What's my number one right now? I'm trying to think. I mean, I love Spider-Man a lot. I loved Invincible a lot. What's the one I'm missing that's like number one?
Yeah, I would say probably this. This is number one, maybe Invincible number two, and then Ironheart number three for me.
Interesting.
Daredevil Born Again, honorable mention.
I think I also watch a lot more shows.
Yeah, you do.
Oh,
I know you do.
Severance. Yeah.
Oh, I remember you talking about that a lot.
Severance. Yeah. Well, actually, it could, because there is one episode of Severance that's kind of like it's a little whack. Like it's one of those like a character. It's a bottle episode for a character that's not super interesting, and people are like, yeah, you can skip that one. Right now, if it can keep this up, it's going to be a top two for me, I think. Unless there's a lot of shows coming out in this back half. Like there's a lot of good TV coming. So like, my list is about to shift, and I think actually that's a good transition. I think, because this week was San Diego Comic-Con, and we didn't go. Obviously, we were stuck in our homes.
What, you didn't teleport there?
No, I will say. This was one of my, I think, tougher San Diego Comic-Con like seasons, because like I am now so close to a lot of people, a lot of influencer friends, a lot of content creator friends. You're not in the council Discord, I don't think, but like a lot of our council friends were in San Diego taking group photos.
I did see a lot of
celebs.
See a lot of posts about that. Yeah.
There's that FOMO. No. The FOMO.
Yeah, there is. But also in a lot of ways too, I think as a creator, I've heard others talk about this too. Is it's easier to cover a convention without being there. Yes, you go for the experience, but it's tough to cover it if you're there.
If I went, I don't think I'd want to go as press, because like I know a lot of our friends do press and they're going to all the panels. I think my first year I'd want to go as a fan. I just want to go
100%. Like if I were to have gone, the two things I would have wanted to go to, Dexter panel, and then the George Lucas kind of Star Wars museum sort of panel. I saw that was really cool.
I will say last year we have like friends in our like inner circle that was either one in the screening for Deadpool and Wolverine when Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds and Channing Tatum and Blade,
Yeah.
they all, Snipes came out and was like, we're good for like that experience. I bet is something you'll never forget. And also that same event a day later,
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr.
RDJ,
comes out
dude.
as Doctor Doom, and I'm not a huge fan of that. But to be in the room,
as that happens,
is insane to me. Like that is crazy. So experiences like that, I'd love to like.
Oh, 100%, 100%. And then eventually one day maybe we'll get to all do like a in-person council at a we'll do it. We'll have our own panel.
Yeah, I like the idea of like doing like a stream or something that's just like
Well, no, I mean I've yeah. Well, no, some of the guys that I follow, like they went to a convention and they did like a panel for their fans and stuff like that. Like that was that's really cool to be able to do that and to like get to a point where you can have a live version of your show and people actually be interested in watching that. Like that'd be super cool.
Is this a good? Whatever. It's fine.
Yeah, I like it.
Change background. So yeah, we're just going to go down the discussing film page for a while and just
see what we see.
See what we see. See what we see. Most of these we don't have to stick on. I will just kind of zoom by. Gremlins 3 script is winning approval. Cool. I hope people like it.
Don't feed them after midnight.
Do you like these movies or no?
I like the first one. I like the first one. The first one's a classic.
First
one's a classic.
Yeah.
It's a Christmas movie.
It is a Christmas movie. Yeah, I like it. We're going to have to watch the second one at some point. Avatar, Fire and Ash is a big thing this week. I guess... Oh, no, I think it did officially come out today. But they played it in front of Fantastic Four, which was very cool seeing it like on the big screen. Did you like these movies at all?
Interesting. Not really.
No?
I honestly, just can't get into them. Like
I
saw...
Fair.
Yeah. I've seen the first one. I think I actually saw parts of the second one too. I was like, what is even going on? There's a lot of water in here. That's about it. A lot of water and blue people.
I have a very like love-hate relationship with Avatar because I love looking at Avatar. It is they are beautiful movies, especially 2. 2 is the most beautiful movie I've ever seen in a theater. I was so immersed by it, but I love the water is kind of like where I was at because it's like what they do with like the special effects with the water and how it moves and how it is genuinely some of the most pretty like one of the most beautiful things I've seen in a film ever. Ask me to name any character name and I couldn't tell you. I tell me to name the plot of the first movie, or hell the second one, I could not tell you. I think it's a beautiful cinema experience, but I'm never like, hell yeah, Avatar.
Yeah, I think visually it looks great, but story wise, it's just like, take it or leave it.
It's good, it's good. I'm gonna have to rewatch it. Superman stuff might pass Man of Steel tomorrow.
Nice.
Domestically, awesome. I do kind of hate tweets like this though because it's 100% there for like rage bait.
Yeah, it's rage bait for sure. Yeah.
I hate the warring between the two. I understand.
Again, can we just enjoy both versions of Superman? Thank you.
Yeah, arguably both good movies. Like you can argue semantics and which ones you prefer. That's fine, but I think they're arguably good movies.
I think they both have aspects like that you could say, okay, one is better at this, one is better at that. But at the end of the day, again, they're both good Superman movies, and that's all you want.
Yep. Did you know there's a new Pink Panther movie?
Pink Panther movie? No, that's cool.
Eddie Murphy's involved.
Okay. Interesting.
I haven't...
Is this going to be like Detective Pikachu style, or?
I don't know. Yeah, like, is it CG again? Like, is it like, Sonic the Hedgehog and shit like that? I'd imagine it might be. I feel like Pink Panther's a brand where I know of it as a brand, but I don't know if I've ever actually fully consumed Pink Panther branding. Like, it's been around, but I'm like...
Yeah, like, I remember watching, like, some old cartoons, but nothing crazy.
Yeah. Did you see the trailer for The Long Walk?
No. Oh no, actually, yeah, I think this is the one, right, where they're, like, walking across, like, forever, and if they stop walking, they kill them or something, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I
did
see
Hunger
this.
Games, but for walking.
Yeah, it seems interesting. Is this another like random like Spielberg thing?
It's not Spielberg. Or it might be, but it's Stephen King. It's
Or Stephen
based on
King.
a Stephen King
Stephen
book.
King.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant.
which I hear is an incredible book. I hear it's like an amazing book, and I thought that trailer looked like really good. I thought it was a really like intriguing trailer. I don't know if I'll check it out, but I might. We'll see.
Yeah.
I gotta get through some of these quicker. Jake Quire says X-Men movie will be recognizably different from the previous franchise. I would hope so. The core idea of what X-Men is involves complexity. It's an incredible opportunity with super interesting characters and much integral conflict. These characters are wrestling with their identity and place in the world. That's inherently interesting and complex material. Hell yeah, that's a soundbite for sure. I mean, yeah, that's just a very complicated way to say we're not doing what the Fox movies did.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my own thing. Is basically what he said.
Yeah, good. Okay, actually, this is interesting, which you probably don't have anything to comment on because you have not seen Avatar. No. Which someday, not saying today, someday we are going to make that happen.
Yeah, one day I gotta see how the Fire Nation attacks.
Man, that would be a fun journey going through Avatar again. That is something special. Stephen Young will voice Prince Zuko in the next upcoming movie, which is probably my most anticipated movie of 2025. I'm sorry, 2026.
Oh, so it's an animated. It's going back to the animation.
Yes. So yes. So this is Avatar Studios, which the like original creators of the show were involved with that live action thing for like Netflix. They were not happy with what was going on, so they left and created their own individual studio where they would create content within the Avatar universe. So right now they're making a trilogy of movies that's just kind of a sequel to the original show with all the characters kind of grown up. And then, which also came out this week, we might scroll by it, I don't know. They're also making a sequel series to Korra, which is set after that series, and it's like the next Avatar. So those are kind of the big things they're working on. Very exciting. It is hard to see them recast these characters. You know, these are such beloved voice actors, especially Zuko. I think Zuko has probably one of the more iconic voices from Avatar, especially since he's still so involved with the franchise. Like him and the voice actors for Korra is currently still doing a podcast. They've got their own rewatch podcast that's owned by Nickelodeon itself. So like he's still very involved with the brand and stuff like that. I won't spend too much time on this because I know you haven't seen it, but I think like I love Stephen Young. You know, Invincible.
Yeah,
like, he's
great.
A voice
he's
actor. Great. That is true. I guess I didn't think of the whole like Invincible side of it. I think he's a voice actor I think he's one of the very few actors that could have continued to voice Zuko. Like I think because again, they were supposed to be children in the original show. Now they are playing adults. So it makes sense most of them are recast. He's one I could have seen to have kept doing. Stephen Young is... We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Like I like him as a voice actor. I do wish they would have casted traditional... Not to say he's not a good voice actor, because he is.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the original Avatar series very focused on... Like they were voice actors, right? Like they were born voice actors. That's what they do. And this movie seems to have a more focus on like celebrity names, like Stephen Young. The villain is supposed to be Dave Bautista from The Wrestler and like Guardians of the Galaxy and stuff like that. So it's like, I would prefer maybe, you get some actual, not to gatekeep like voice acting and stuff, but I don't know. What up, Jose? How's it going, buddy? Okay, did you see this? I sent you a screenshot. Not of
I saw the poster. Yeah, that you sent me.
Yeah, this is Vince Gilligan's next series, heading to Apple TV November. So this fall. I did not realize it was so close to coming out.
Okay.
This is a show I would potentially like to cover. I think this would be really fun. I think Vince has not prospered as a creator. Like I think when you develop Breaking Bad, which is arguably one of the greatest shows of all time, that ran for 5 seasons. It's hard to make a show with 5 perfect seasons of TV. To then go and do it 6 more times with Better Call Saul, you kind of have my attention.
Wait, Better Call Saul had more seasons than Breaking
one more
Bad?
Season. It did.
Interesting.
And I like it more. I like Better Call Saul, which is a hot take, which is a very hot take.
Is that it's a prequel though, isn't it?
It's a prequel series. It is a prequel series. Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah. So it is. To me, both are S tier TV. Like neither one of them have bad seasons of television. Mm-hmm. So to be able to say, yeah, I made 11 seasons of great television in a row is, to me, a crazy accomplishment. So when this was announced a couple of years ago, I was like, yeah, I'll watch literally anything you do, especially Apple TV, because they are known for their quality. Like I
would have to get Apple TV. Like I don't actually. That's like one of the very few streaming. Yeah, it's the one that I don't have.
That's fair. That's a streaming service I get when I need it.
Yeah, well, there's actually another show on there that I do want to watch. It's called Murderbot, I think is what it is.
Sure.
That one looked interesting. Like I saw a trailer for that a couple months ago. I was like, oh, this seems kind of interesting.
And then,
but yeah, so I guess I'll save my free trial for November then.
And then Severance is on there as well, which is a go-to show. Yeah. Like Lasso's coming back. Like I might just have to keep Apple TV because they do keep killing it. So that had a bunch of like advertisement over the last couple of last week because of all of this. More Avatar stuff. I don't feel like we need to go over that. F1. What else we got? Horizon. What's this?
It's a lawsuit. A game.
Yes. I knew. I just
it
was lawsuit stuff. Okay, it's pretty cool. Silver Surfer concept art. Hell yeah.
I like that. Surfing on a black hole. Cool.
James Gunn jokes about Batmite. Sure, why not? Not in Robert Pattinson's, but
yeah. Again, I want them to do the kind of silly stuff in the DCU, like Batman Brave and the Bold, like that screenshot is from. Like I think that was a really good series as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay, this is interesting. I did see we got stuff on the show today. First poster for Iron Fist in Eyes of Wakanda, which has been one of my more anticipated things about the show. Of just like, well, we're getting a new Iron Fist in the show. It's kind of like officially canon to the MCU.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that a little bit. I had sent you the thing when it came out that they had pushed the series up by 3 weeks.
By 3 weeks, yeah.
By 3 weeks, which would normally be okay. Like switches like that happen, it's fine. If 3 weeks wasn't in a week's time, they said, "Hey, guess what? It's coming out next week." And if maybe that came with like a trailer, some interviews.
I thought there was a trailer.
There was like a 20-second teaser, and I think there's officially one now that came out like today. Which I don't know if it's in this. It's right here. Okay, so we will watch that in a second because I haven't seen it yet. I don't know if you've watched
I haven't seen it either. Yeah.
Okay. So we will talk about that. At least it's marketing. Like I made a TikTok this week about it. I was like, yeah, Disney's not marketing it. So how long? Oh, it's only a minute. I guess a minute and a half, not bad. Okay.
Yeah.
But like I had a bunch of people just like, wait, this was a show. Like I don't even know the show exists.
Yeah, you posted about it like a day or two ago, and I commented on it. I was like, oh, thanks for reminding me. I forgot this thing existed.
Hey, Maddie, what's up? Yeah, no, it's like it feels like the Ironheart situation, but like 100 times worse. Because at least there was
way
like
worse.
Trailers a couple weeks in advance. Like he had.
Yeah, at least we kind of knew that it was happening. This is like something that they announced once and was like, all right, yeah, we'll drop it whenever.
Yeah, because it was like we did have it. We had like a 2-second pieces of footage in like January in their like what's coming up this year trailer kind of thing. But it was like it wasn't much. It was like this was never announced during any kind of Comic-Con or big event. It was kind of like a discussing film thing was about it. Like, yeah, there's a new Black Panther show, and the works were like, cool, whatever, nice, But Cameron said, Darren, did you see that Keith David's getting his own spinoff show from Rick and Morty? I did see that. I did see that. I don't watch Rick and Morty, but I did see, and we might go past this news as we talk today. But cool. I don't watch Rick and Morty. I like Keith David though. I like Keith David a lot actually.
Yeah, dude, the Arbiter from Halo. That's how I originally know him.
Princess and the Frog. It's kind of probably my earliest thing from him.
And then he's now also voicing Zavala, taking over for the late Lance Reddick.
That is true. Didn't he play Lex Luthor too? Did he take over for Lance?
Yeah, he did.
Harley Quinn?
Yeah, he did. He did. No, okay. No. That was the guy who plays Perry in Superman, I believe. He took over as Lex.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. I could personally never get into Rick and Morty. I did like 2 seasons of it. I binged it. It's not my style.
Yeah.
It's just not my.
Yeah, I dropped off hard after the Szechuan sauce.
Yeah, it's I'm not a huge adult animation guy. I have a really unless it feels kind of like wholesome, I guess. I just cannot get into
the only thing I watch on Adult Swim is My Adventures with Superman.
Yeah. I like Harley Quinn, but even Harley Quinn I fell off hard because it started to feel very samey to me.
Here, talk about your experience with adult animation for a second. I'm running to the bathroom real quick.
Okay, cool. My history with adult animation, none. None. No, I watched Harley Quinn. I like that a lot. Invincible. Do more stuff like that. That's how you get me in. Don't do as many raunchy comedies is my pitch. It's I'm not a fan of those. Maddie said someone once showed it to me, but I just lay there trying to act polite. It was fine, but not my thing. I 100% agree. I think some of it's really cool. There's some cool concepts, but I just can't. It's not my cup of tea. And maybe someday I'll be convinced to kind of go through it. But maybe not. Maybe not. But yeah, no. This whole Eyes of Wakanda thing. It's frustrating. I'm excited though. I'm excited. I think it's going to be an episode binge drop thing that they're doing. I think they're just kind of dropping it all at once. Let me scroll down a little bit. See if there's any other things I can say. I kind of skipped over Avatar a little bit. Avatar is fine. It looks good. It looks good. It looks like a genuinely really good, well put together movie. It looks gorgeous. Look at these screenshots. This is gorgeous. Have you dabbled in any anime, Darren? Thanks for the question. Not okay. So earlier this year, I did start. This is a weird one to say. I did start One Piece earlier this year. I did the first 15 or 16 episodes, and I actually liked it a lot. I liked it a lot, and my goal was I was going to watch one a day. I unfortunately fell off very hard. I have not watched since when did I watch last? When did Last of Us come out, Taz? Is that March?
March, April.
Yeah, I haven't watched any since then. Yeah, but I liked it. I would like to get back into it. We were just talking about animes, and I told him I started One Piece. I did 15 episodes. I fell off.
I need to get back to watching. I need to get back to watching Dragon Ball Z.
Oh,
that's the I've started. I've seen some episodes, but I've not watched all of it. But I did get very into watching some videos and stuff on it for a while. My brother got a lot more into Dragon Ball than I did. But that's the one anime that I think is real. Not that I don't think other anime is cool, but this is the one that kind of stuck out to me as a good kind of entry point. I think it's kind of not a basic anime, but it seems fairly easy to understand. It's not something crazy.
It seems almost give you a good. That almost seems like the stereotype anime of
yes,
what
exactly.
everyone assumes all anime is.
Right, it's what you think about when you think of anime. And technically, when I was a kid, I watched Digimon, which I guess is kind of
soft
Digimon,
anime.
Yu-Gi-Oh, Bakugan, kind of the westernized.
Avatars are kind of those.
Yeah, are the westernized anime. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I did see. I do have some Dragon Ball knowledge. Very, very, very limited. My grandma got me like a DVD set. I think it's maybe the first season of the original Dragon Ball. That's just like straight Dragon Ball when he's like a kid and stuff like that. And I actually loved it. I was like, oh, this is awesome. But it was just one season. That was it. And I do remember getting like a DVD from like the library. But I like Dragon Ball. Get this one. It was Dragon Ball Z, and I was so lost. I didn't know what was going on. Why are they fighting? It's so much more mature than I was used to that original being.
Yeah, dude. So, all I know is Goku dies about 1 million times and comes back to life like every 5 seconds.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna scroll back up. We kind of scroll down a little bit to see if there's anything you care to talk about. Let's watch this Eyes of Wakanda. I hope there's no. I would assume there's no pop music in here, but let's.
If there's copyrighted music, we'll have to mute it and just read the subtitles.
Yeah, of course. All right, let's give this a shot.
Wakanda is a kingdom of many secrets.
Cool. Orion Cooler. Animation looks gorgeous.
Spies like you and me.
It looks nice, but it also looks simple at the same time.
To do the missions that Wakanda does not want known.
Secrecy is essential to Wakanda's security. Be a ghost.
Okay.
The time to act is now.
We fight for home, for Wakanda.
Interesting.
Pretty awesome. I don't know, like there's so many shots. Go ahead.
I'm getting like slight Assassin's Creed vibes from it, like because it's a prequel, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so it's I don't know, because I'm getting kind of like, obviously like the old school vibes, but also kind of tying into what we were just talking about, a little bit of anime.
Very, yeah. It looks. Yeah. By the way, such an improvement over What If. This looks like.
I mean, it looks like a different style though. Like it looks like a cross of like your traditional 2D and 3D animation kind of.
Yeah.
And a little bit of like CG animation too, like all wrapped into one.
Yeah, it looks very Pixar to me, in terms of like animation.
Yeah, you're right. Like, you're right. It does.
I think it looks really good. Like I love the colors. I love the animation. Yeah.
I will say the environments. The environments look better than the characters. I think the characters look a little wonky.
Some of the models could maybe use a little work, but maybe I just need to see them in motion.
Yeah. Also keep in mind this is a compressed Twitter video.
This is Twitter, yeah. So we're streaming...
a compressed Twitter video then being compressed into a live stream.
100%.
So this is not reflective of what the final product will look like.
Some of these action set pieces look incredible. Like, what is look at this.
Do we know what to expect, like runtime wise of these?
That's what I've been wondering.
I'm guessing like 20-30 minute episodes. Like it can't be like animation is expensive.
But if it is, then my pitch would be like, why not make it a movie? And here's the thing: it is, from my understanding, and maybe I'm wrong. This is 4 separate stories. Like this is like anthology style. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, interesting. Or like kind of like Star Wars Visions.
I think it's maybe like one long story, but like I don't know exactly what it is. Again, this trailer doesn't really tell you
what it's about. Yeah, I'm still
it's
kind
just
of
like really cool visuals, very cool action features. But you know what? I'm okay with that because it comes out in a week. I just need people to know it exists and watch it. I'm excited to kind of be surprised, and I feel like this is probably the least I've ever known about an MCU project before going into it, which is refreshing and nice. I have a feeling this is going to be another one of those projects that is could very well be one of their best, but no one watches it because it's just the way it's marketed and stuff like that. Which is a little.
Well, again, I probably would be skipping this if we weren't covering it.
We weren't covering it, yeah.
Yeah.
I get that. I think it'll hopefully be. Yeah, it comes out this Friday. What's today? Monday?
It's the 28th, yeah. Monday the 28th now, so.
So, yeah, I'm excited for that. I think it'll be a fun covering thing. Like, I think we'll have fun talking about it. I think it's a all four at once thing, unfortunately.
Yeah,
but
so it'll be a good little aside one of those weeks after Dexter.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of Avatar stuff. They officially released a trailer. We're not going to watch that right now. The Running Man. I'm really excited for that. I think that also looks like a good movie. Are we a SpongeBob fan?
Yeah, I do like SpongeBob a lot, but
okay.
I've not keeping up with any of this new stuff. Like every 2 seconds, I feel like I hear about a new SpongeBob movie coming out. Yeah.
But yeah, because they just did 3 separate spinoffs for like Paramount Plus or something, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, they did what was it? A Sandy movie. Not Squidward. Plankton. Something else. I forget. And then like Patrick has his own show, and then there's also like a prequel series.
Like
and
we don't need that much. I'd still hot take it should have ended with the David Hasselhoff movie. Yeah.
Slight lore. SpongeBob was not allowed in my house as a kid. It was a no SpongeBob house. So I've always viewed it from afar. My best friend loves it. That's his like obsession. He loves everything SpongeBob. Yeah. So I assume like I consume from afar of just me watching him watch it or him talking about it. Me, like I'll see anything SpongeBob, I'll be like, hey, this is cool, huh?
Yeah.
So I'll be curious. I actually am curious how it's going to do this December going against Avatar and Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh, that's a tough lineup to go up against.
New Frankenstein movie, which we might have to cover that this
I'm excited for this one. I actually really want to see this. I keep forgetting that it exists, but every time I see stuff on it, I'm like, oh yeah, I want to watch this.
I normally do movies on Pipeline, but I might just make an exception for this one. I think
it is releasing on Netflix, so
it is. Yeah. Okay, we're not going to watch it, but we did get the new trailer for It, Welcome to Derry, which I do think it would be kind of fun to do it. I think it'd be really fun to have a Halloween themed show through the Halloween season.
Yeah, that'd be great.
You know what I mean? Like
that'd be great.
Get that spooky vibe going. I'll have all my Halloween decorations up. Get some spooky music going.
I'll change my lights to orange.
Yeah, I think it'd be really fun. And maybe we can even do it. Have you seen the movies or no?
So I have not. Again, I've seen bits and pieces. What do you think a better way to do it would be?
I also have not seen the movie. So I'm saying, like, we are already pitching the whole like alien thing already of like, well, one of us knows, one of us doesn't. We could do the same thing here. We could go in half and half.
Yeah, I mean, or also too is maybe leading up to it. Like, so when does it release? So just in October?
I don't think we have an official date yet. Let me see.
It just says releasing in October on HBO.
Derry. I assume it has to be like early October. I would think October 1st.
Okay. So it's starting. Yeah, nice. So honestly, what we could do maybe is
leading into it.
Like end of September. Talk about the movies like a week before it comes out.
Yeah.
And then
I'd be down for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be very fun. Trailer looked actually. I didn't watch it. Like I watched the trailer, but I was kind of like.
It very much so looks like Stranger Things
a little bit. It's gonna be interesting too because I'm not a huge horror guy. Like I am.
Neither am I.
Very spooked sometimes, and like I've watched the trailer. I was like, "Ooh, it looks a little spooky."
It's funny. I'm the opposite with that. Is like I expect horror movies to scare me, but they don't.
Sure.
So I'm just like, It's like I'm just like, oh, this is like goofy. Yeah. This is silly.
I don't know if I've ever watched a like true like scary movie. Like I think everything I watch that people tell me is scary is more like thriller or even more comedy. Like I did going into Scream, I thought, oh, these are scary movies. I'm finally gonna watch a scary movie. Those weren't scary. Those were thriller, right? Yeah. And I recently did not all of them. I did the first 4 Final Destinations, like those movies.
Yeah.
I was like, those are
Final Destination is they're
silly. They're goofy.
Yes. Oh, dude, I love Final Destination.
The first Halloween
I'm excited
movie,
to see the new one.
I watched that one, and I was like, oh, okay, this is a scary movie. It was goofy. It was silly. It was like a fun little like thriller camp. So,
Yeah.
and that's what I liked. Like, I like scary. Like, I don't like getting scared that often. So I like scary movies that make me feel like I'm watching a scary movie, but aren't actually a scary movie. So I think this will be. I don't know how scary the movies are. I've never seen them, but
yeah,
it'd be fun. Godzilla -1 sequel. Do you like that movie? Have you seen it?
I did not. I have not.
It's very good. It's very good.
I need to.
I don't do a lot of movies that are like, this is on me, but not in my native language, because I'm very, very bad with subtitles. I'm really bad with it. But this, like, the hype for this movie was so large, I went to a theater. I was like, I have to. Everyone's saying this.
Oh, I didn't even know that it was like completely. It wasn't. It's not like a dubbed movie or anything like that.
No. It like it's. Yeah, no, it is.
Oh,
like,
interesting.
You know,
Is it connected to the other like Godzilla Kong
completely
movies,
on
or
its
it's
own?
Completely separate?
It was up for Oscars. It was like one of those movies. It's like a perfect movie. Like it is a masterpiece kind of thing.
Oh wow.
Yeah, no, it is very good. It is kind of like what people are screaming Fantastic Four and Superman are now, where it's like these solo adventures that is just like a really, and it's kind of like, it is interesting because what is good about it is what people hate about the other movies. It's like, what's good is the human parts. It's like these very, very well put together human stories that happen to be in a Godzilla movie. And that's what people didn't like about the Monsterverse, but it's good here because it's a well done, like, you know, kind of thing. So it's very interesting. God of War live action series. Season 1 is 10 episodes. Scripts are still being written. We'll adopt the Norse era games and focus on Kratos and Atreus. Is that how you say it?
Atreus.
Atreus.
Yes.
Game director Corey Barlog is actively in development. Filming may begin in 2026 at the earliest. I'm down for God of War. I played a little bit of 2018. I own 2018. I bought it for like $8 at like a GameStop. I was like, awesome. I love it. But like we've said before, I got stuck pretty early on, and I was sad because
there's puzzles and stuff, and
I really enjoyed what I was playing. I was like, this is really, really fun, but I'm just, again, I'm bad at games. So
we need to, what you're saying is once we have confirmation that this is coming out, we need to both, book club playing the game.
Mm-hmm. Or one of us plays it.
And the other one does it, yeah. So funny story is I believe I either have it as like a free game of the month from PlayStation or I have my brother's copy of the first God of War that's just like sitting under my TV that needs to be played at some point. So I've never played them. I know the general idea of them. It's funny, I went down a rabbit hole and watched a whole video on like OG like PS3 era God of War like speedrunning. Completely different style of game. But these are going to be set after or inspired by the new era of the games, and I think that's interesting. Again, people seem to really like these games. It's been on my playlist for a while, but again, it's just not. I will say this again, I'm a Call of Duty, Destiny, Halo kind of guy who will dabble into like Assassin's Creed and stuff like that from time to time, but God of War was always one of those like, all right, I'll play it when I have the time, but I know they're long campaigns too.
They're long, and I think like in terms of adapting, it's a great like story, like, you know, just in terms of its world and story, like that feels like it would make an excellent TV show, like a multi-season, 100%. So much lore, so much story, and like it's very similar to what, you know, we're getting that Zelda movie soon and Assassin's Creed. I'm excited to finally be able to experience these fandoms in a different way, in a way let's
just not do them like Halo.
Yes.
I did think that was interesting that the Galactus suit was a fully practical thing.
I'll say he looked very good. He looked very, very good.
Nice.
Heartstopper movie has been wrapped. Hell yeah! I almost guarantee you've not seen Heartstopper, right?
No, but is this the one with the actors that are Billy and Tommy though, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is Billy. Not Billy and Tommy, but he is.
Okay.
He's also a very big star. I love Heartstopper. One of my favorite little gay shows. I love it. I'm not sad about it because what seemingly is the final thing, but they've done this thing where they did 3 seasons on Netflix. Very, very good 3 seasons. I have the books right in my background right there. And they're doing a movie to kind of wrap up the show. Rumor is it was due to ratings. It was like, it's cheaper to do a movie. I'm not sure how true that is, or if they just didn't have enough for a whole season. I don't know. I'm just happy a Netflix show is kind of getting like a conclusion at all, because so often these shows are like, well, you're done. And it's like, oh no.
Yeah.
It's much cheaper than most shows on Netflix. It's like kids in high school kissing and stuff. Like it's not like your Stranger Things or your Squid Games or whatever. So I feel like most of this is even Comic-Con news. I need to speed through the actual Comic-Con stuff. Eddie Murphy Donkey movie. I've talked about that. I don't need to do it anymore. It shouldn't have happened. Move on. Are you excited for Donkey? Are you a Shrek guy?
I did love Shrek back in the day.
Okay.
I did love Shrek. I think I stopped after like 2 or 3 probably.
Oh, interesting.
Though. Yeah.
Have you seen Puss in Boots 2?
I've not, but when that came out, I did see like a couple scenes, and I was like, "Oh, this animation looks great."
It's in my top 10 movies of all time.
Really? Okay, I need to
I
watch
think
it
it's
then.
a masterpiece. I think it's like, and I don't really like Shrek. Like, I think the first Shrek movies are fine, all of them. I think they're passable.
Well,
I
I'm
think
definitely
I'm
more of a Pixar fan than a DreamWorks fan.
I am sometimes, yeah, and I think like one's fine. The first Puss in Boots is fine, and this movie came out. It's like a masterpiece. It's like what the hell? That is the thing with DreamWorks though, is they either put out the best movies ever made or just the most mid garbage. But I'll watch it. Like if it's anything like Puss in Boots, I'll give it a shot. George Lucas was at his first Comic-Con.
Yes, and that was a big thing. It's crazy that it's the first.
How has he never been to a Comic-Con? I know they've just got bigger, but like
he's not a very public guy,
Yes. That's still crazy to me though. Like arguably the creator of one of the biggest nerdums of all time. Just one of the biggest pieces of pop culture of all time.
Yeah, but also I think about it from his position though, right? Is like you got so much hate and backlash from the prequels, and then you sell Star Wars to Disney, and all of this nonsense goes down. Like, why would you want to associate yourself with that?
That's true, I guess.
It's
still just a crazy concept. Like it's still like really wow. Mr. Beast animated show. No, thank you. Did you see this quote from Bob Odenkirk? Or
no.
Like he's in this new action movie, Nobody 2, which I haven't seen the first one. But they just asked him. He's the star of A Better Call Saul, if you didn't know.
Yeah.
But they were asking him, like, would you kill this fictional character? Would you kill this one? He's like, I'd fucking murder Mario. I'd tear the chipmunks up. I'd kill the Brady Bunch. It's like, this is crazy.
Okay.
Insane. Okay, I think we're getting closer to actual fucking Comic-Con stuff.
Actual Comic-Con stuff.
More It stuff. Family Guy. 1 year ago, sent Robert Downey.
Yes.
Cool. Godzilla -1 sequel begins filming at the end of. Hell yeah, I'm excited for that. Okay. We're in Comic-Con stuff. Here we go.
Peace Fest.
We're at the Peacemaker stuff. The stuff that
I completely forgot about Peacemaker. Yeah, we literally didn't. Part of the whole reason we're doing this.
Oh, this is such a sick statue. I kind of want that. It looks awesome, actually.
I thought you didn't like Peacemaker.
I do like Peacemaker. I just don't want. I complicated feelings with Peacemaker, which we'll talk about. Which, like, again, we talked about like people in like that. We had friends that went to this. I had friends that was in this, like in the Peace Fest, like with James Gunn. Did you see the theme song for this new season? Like,
no, I didn't.
They brought out the band itself and they sang the theme song.
I did not see that. I was gonna say I kind of don't want that spoiled for me. Actually,
I kind of agree. Yeah, I liked it. I don't like it's a very famous band. I don't know music that well though, so I was like, oh, I don't, I wasn't super like I know of them, but I wasn't super.
What band was it?
I don't remember. It's again, I'm not good with music and like whatsoever. But
chat, tell me the band.
Yeah, tell us the band, but not the song. Don't spoil the song for him, unless it might come up here. Actually, we might get spoiled.
Peacemaker coming to Fortnite. We just scrolled past that too.
Yeah, I might have to cop. Oh, this is breaking news. We have to talk about this. Nathan Fillion Mario Kart with the Rizzler.
Oh God,
this is one of my favorite genres of video.
So you sent me the video on TikTok, right? It was like the Dexter cast with the Rizzler, Superman cast with the Rizzler. Like, I know that he's a famous kid called the Rizzler, but like outside of just being called the Rizzler, like, why do people care? Like, who is he? Why do people care about him? What is his claim to fame, so to speak?
I think half of it is like, I think that's kind of half the bit now is like nobody really like, obviously he did videos and stuff, but like half the people don't know who he is, and I think that's kind of part of the bit. No, he was part of the whole like Costco guys bit. That
he was part of that
like,
with them.
Yeah,
okay,
like, we're Costco guys. We eat
yeah.
And he was part of that trio, and now he's more popular than the father and son who like started it. I think it's weird.
Yeah. All I know about the Costco guys is we're sorry to hear about your brother that passed away. You get 5 big booms. And then everybody uses that like in all the shows is like, oh, sorry, Dexter, about all your friends and family that died. You get 5 big booms.
It's I mean, I congrats him on his success, and I hope he can put it towards the college fund and whatever.
I'm just waiting for like 15, 20 years from now. It's like, you guys remember the Rizzler? This is what he looks like now. He's jacked.
Yeah, I'm. I know there's a lot of people online that hate successful people that they don't deem worthy of. But I'm always like, you know what? I respect anyone finding their
I think it's funny.
Finding their thing. Like, if you can find success in what you do, even at an early age, I'm happy for you. But I do love this genre photo of like celebrities being like, who
confused celebrity with the Rizzler is like,
really
or
funny.
What's her name? Julia Louis-Dreyfus from Thunderbolts. Like,
he's like,
I don't even know who this kid is. Yeah,
it is really, really good. And with the Vampire Season 2, I'd love to get caught up with this. I am currently not, though. X-23, would love to play here. Yeah, hell yeah.
Naturally. Like, I think that's, especially if we're going with the MCU soft reboot that we're heading in that direction, like, I think that works perfectly.
I'm a little... I think it might be harder now, like, especially now that it's confirmed that it's going to be a younger cast of X-Men. Like, it's going to be very hard. Unless we can kind of keep that little Fox Universe pocket on the side somewhere and just visit it every once in a blue moon.
I think the direction is, again, consolidation, right? I think that we're heading towards... We have right now a sacred timeline with a multiverse, but I think we're going to combine all the best elements of all of these universes. So we've got elements of the Fox universe and elements of the current timeline MCU and elements of the, past Marvel movies and things like that aren't really connected to anything, and give you the best of everything. Keep the newer, younger actors around that we've already been introduced to, like, Young Avengers, that sort of thing. Keep Tom Holland, Spider-Man around, all of that. And I think if we're creating a new X-Men team, I would assume, again, we're keeping Ryan Reynolds, we're keeping Hugh Jackman, at least through
I don't think
through Secret Wars.
Yes.
At least through Secret Wars and stuff like that. And I think, again, that would be the perfect, like, kind of passing of the torch, passing of the mantle. Like, okay, again, maybe he existed in this universe, but he's gone now. Like, you still kind of can preserve the Logan ending in a way. And be like, okay.
I do think she's in Secret Wars. I guess I was just thinking beyond that is where I was kind of thinking,
I think beyond Secret Wars, I think she should be Wolverine. I don't want to see another Logan.
You don't want to see Logan. Interesting.
I don't. I don't. If it's not Hugh Jackman, I don't want to see another Logan right now. Like, I really don't. Like, I think it's I think that works perfectly. Again, passing of the torch, passing of the mantle. Just like, again, we've got a new Hawkeye. We've got Ironheart is the new Iron Man for all intents and purposes. Like, I think all of this is where I would like to see it go.
I guess
in
it's
all
different
honesty.
for me because he's never been my Wolverine. I've never seen like Hugh Jackman's incredible. He's incredible, but for me, Deadpool Wolverine was his first truly good appearance as Wolverine. Like he played Logan, like incredible. Like I love the Hugh Jackman.
I get you. I get that. I understand where you're coming from there. I do.
I think if you're doing like a new X-Men team, you have to do it. Like I don't want Wolverine immediately. I do want a little bit of a break. I think he should come in like 5 years in or 4 years into us doing X-Men stuff. But eventually, I do want a new, not younger Logan necessarily, because a bit of it, he's just supposed to be a little old, right? But an actor who looks younger, who can do it for 10 years. I like Laura. I would love if she could also somewhere have a part in some way, if it's possible.
Well, but again, if we're consolidating the universe, then she could maybe be where she's at now, but also still have a younger version of Logan. But that is true.
Yeah,
Logan. You know what I mean?
That is true, and like also like Wolverine again, he's old, so you could just have it be he's been Wolverine for 30 years, but he's like, he's played by a 20-year-old or something. You can't tell.
Yeah, exactly. Like exactly.
Yeah. So you could. Tron Ares, did I have a trailer this week? I don't know. Maybe it was last week.
Oh yeah, no, there was a trailer I think last week. That's still on my watch later playlist. I need to watch that.
I couldn't. I think I don't. I've never seen the original, the like one from like the 80s.
Yes, I need to see that. I was actually when that first Tron Ares trailer came out, I kind of like went down a Tron rabbit hole and was like watching some video essays and stuff.
I was never a big fan of Legacy, and I think casting Jared Leto for this is my final nail. Was like I do not.
It's
give a
Jared
shit.
Leto.
I cannot, and I'm done with him as an actor. I think, which is why I'm scared for that new He-Man movie.
It's Morbin time.
Do you know he's in the new like He-Man movie?
I think I knew that.
He's Skeletor.
Wait.
He's Skeletor.
No, I didn't know that. Oh.
Isn't that crazy?
Oh, God.
So stupid.
Okay, so I know we all talk about the Pedro Pascal oversaturation. I think there's an oversaturation of Jared Leto recently, too.
Yeah. And there shouldn't be. I hope it's tough because I think they already filmed. But like with the allegations recently, I'm like redo it. Just refilm his shit. Put something over his. I don't know. I know Skeletor might have like CG stuff. But I don't. We can't be doing that. 100% agree, Maddie. Like I like Pedro Pascal.
Except the internet seems to recently have not liked him as much.
Yeah, but I think some of that's for weird reasons.
Yeah,
I think some of that's just propaganda. Like some of it's valid, sure, but like I think
Well, here's my issue with him, right? Is I think that he plays the same character in everything.
I kind of disagree.
Like
I think
like okay, like lay it out, right?
I think Joel, I think Mandalorian, I think Reed, I think Maxwell Lord, to me all feel like very different characters.
Okay, Maxwell Lord is different than all of them, but what does he have in common? He is kind of like grizzled old man having to reluctantly take care of a child.
When Mandalorian I watched Fantastic Four, I didn't see Pedro Pascal at all. I saw Reed Richards the whole time.
Okay.
And when I watched
and that's again, I haven't seen it yet, so that's
And when I watched Last of Us, I didn't think inherently Mando for the reason it's because he's wearing the mask the whole time. To me, I think like he's an actor. I would assume he does that. Whereas like, he looks the same. But to me, he plays them differently. Like I
mean he does, and I'm not. That's not taking away anything from that. But it's just like, it's kind of hard for me to separate that. I'm just like, when I'm watching Last of Us, I'm like, oh, that's the Mandalorian. But like again, not in a bad way. Like I think he's a great actor. I really do. I think he conveys a lot of. Yes.
I haven't seen it.
Pedro in Kingsman was actually really good too.
I haven't seen it.
I really liked his character in Kingsman.
But then there's also Game of Thrones, which like Game of Thrones, he also plays a very different character. I recently found out, Taz, and we might do this eventually. He's in Buffy.
Yeah. Oh, really?
He's very, very young.
Interesting.
I saw like a screenshot the other day or like a video. I was like, holy shit, he's young as hell here. Holy shit.
There's some movie he did with Nicolas Cage like a year or so ago too that I want to see.
Oh, fuck, what is it? It's like Ungentleman Wear, like something like that. And like he's playing himself, right? Like he's playing.
The unbearable weight of massive talent,
which I hear is incredible.
Yes, I want to see that.
Coyote versus Acne had a very big presence at the con.
Again, another one of those combining animation and live action.
I have been campaigning. Taz, you have no idea how much I've been campaigning for this movie to come out. But I'm always
because it got kind of scrapped though at one point. Didn't it?
Yes, it was one of those tax write-offs, just with Batgirl, just with a lot of those projects.
How did it come back?
So the other Looney Tunes movie that came out this year, the Day the World Blew Up, it did a good enough, like Catch Up Entertainment bought that, and then once it did reasonably enough at the box office, they bought this one as well. Which is very nice.
Interesting.
I'm always a big campaigning for any movie should come out, no matter how good or bad it was, and I think it pisses me off even more. David didn't even watch it. David Zaslav didn't watch a single frame of the movie. He just said, well, people don't care, and wrote it off. So I'm loving the marketing. They had a huge presence. We got a poster. They had like fake lawyers show up at the con to be like, you can't talk about this because it's a huge it's like a it's like a lawyer movie. It's like a like courtroom drama. So it's like
interesting.
That was really, really cool. I'd argue the marketing for this is already better than the Day That the World Blew Up, which was a very good movie. So I'm excited. Another John Cena.
I was gonna say, is that John Cena or am I just seeing things?
It is. Yeah, there's like another shot of like John Cena like choking out Tweety Bird or something. It's really funny. Okay, I think we're in the Peacemaker stuff, which is at least the stuff I wanted to cover. Right? We at least need to talk about Peacemaker.
Yeah.
What's this one? James Gunn teases that more characters from Superman will appear in Peacemaker Season 2 outside of Guy Gardner, Hawk Girl, also Sean Gunn. Maxwell Lord is also in Peacemaker. Just spoilers, I guess. I mean, I think we've talked about this. To me, it's clearly Superman. It feels like everything he says about it, it's like it's clearly.
Well, like, I mean, if Peacemaker was in Superman, so it's only natural that Superman would be in the Peacemaker series.
There's a quote from him like a couple months ago that's like, "You'll see Superman sooner than you think." It's like, oh, okay, he's in Peacemaker.
Yeah. So I think again, take that at face value.
I think he's in the finale.
I would, Oh, in the finale, interesting.
Like I think very similarly to the cameos in season 1. I
You're
think
right.
It'll be a similar scene.
It's so funny that back then, everybody was like, "Oh wow, it's so crazy that they let James Gunn use the Justice League in this random TV show."
Mm-hmm.
And now he's got the keys to the kingdom and can do.
Well, yeah, I mean that was the most consistent. Like that was the most like continuity consistent the DCU had been in a very, very long time, right? Like they couldn't get Henry Cavill for Shazam, right? But this little thing.
I mean, it wasn't him.
No, but no, still, but like you were able to get like Aquaman and Miller and stuff. That's like, oh, we've been trying to get these cameos together. Like we've been trying to make this universe feel connected for years, and this was able to do it. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. I wonder if we'll see other Suicide Squad characters in this too. Like, I wonder if we'll get some more confirmations, like, of if certain actors are coming back. Like, I know, what's his name? Michael Rooker's playing a completely different character, though, in this one.
I would love, like, an Idris Elba cameo.
Okay.
Like, he is, again, I said that I wish they weren't combining these two little pocket universes and stuff, but, like, we already are bringing back the Suicide Squad. Bring back him. Like, he is.
Well, I hope we
actors.
also see Waller, too.
Waller,
I think it would be. It'd be tough to not see Waller. And also, too, I wonder if we'll get some live-action versions of some Creature Commandos characters. Like, even if it's just Rick Flag, like, walking through Argus. And, like, you know, you get a little... Right. Or, you know, maybe, like, they bring some Cersei stuff back in there.
Yeah.
Like maybe that's like a big tease at the end. Like they bring her back, and we get some kind of carry on from the end of Creature Commandos, or we get a little Weasel cameo or something. Like I think that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, I think you have to show early on that like that pitch that he said like 2.5 years ago is like we are combining animation, TV, live action. You can't really show video games, but I think I think you need to establish, okay, this is what I want the status quo to be.
Yeah, because again, it's tough right now to say that they're connected because Rick Flag looks different in both. Right, it's like he's got the silver gray hair, obviously in animation, and he's got the darker hair in live action, and obviously that's because he was filming another project, and they had priority, over the look and stuff like that. But
he said going forward, he should have white hair in every project he appears in, which is interesting to me.
Yeah.
I guess we're kind of going backward a little bit, but Peacemaker Season 2 establishes that there is at least 100 universes. I want to talk about this because we haven't seen the trailer yet, but it seems like it's official. Maybe I have it bookmarked. Let me share this, but it seems like it's official. We're not multiverse hopping this season. It seems like we are dimension hopping. It seems like that is kind of official.
But like, what's the difference?
I think the equivalent would be, imagine Superman and Lois, right? Mm-hmm. It's like you have the like mirror dimension, and then you have Earth Prime, right? Okay. It's like this is another dimension within their Earth. Okay, they're not traveling to a different one.
So it's basically it's a different timeline. Almost
seems very similar. I wanted to pull this up. Alternate dimension in Peacemaker explained. It's not the DCEU/DCU. That canon is explained quickly in episode 1. So that's very big because that's kind of what I thought the season would be. I thought it was. I think it's kind of weird to do a multiverse. I know it's not a multiverse story, but like to do a story about a character jumping dimensions when it's Peacemaker as a character. I think that's
right when he's the last big remnant of the past universe. Yeah,
it feels weird. Like that feels confusing. Like that feels like you're asking to be confused.
Yeah.
It's a perfect world where Peacemaker's a hero. His brother / dad are alive. His brother is interesting. I'm actually excited for that.
Yeah.
And Hardcore is his girlfriend. Our Peacemaker chose to live there and steal his life because it's better. Yeah. So this is interesting because I was under the assumption, holy shit, we are doing which makes sense now that we have the trailers and stuff. Like it all kind of lines up a lot better. But like, I don't know. I was kind of slightly looking forward to that being the explanation. This kind of makes it a bit more confusing because now it's like, okay, we're not really mentioning it. Maybe a quick little canon thing, but
I think I think Gunn has talked in circles a little too much around this, right? Is like one day he's saying one thing about how they're going to explain it away. One day he's saying something else, and this thing's connected, this thing's not connected. It just like obviously you have to watch this space and wait until the actual projects come out, but I think it just, for the general audience member, I really hope that it makes sense. I mean, for us, I hope that it makes sense as people who kind of overanalyze things, but I hope it just make sense is the bottom line. And I have faith that he'll do the right thing and make it seem cohesive. But that is definitely my big fear, is that they'll play fast and loose with it, and they'll establish rules and then break those rules when it better fits what they want to do.
Yeah, it seems very convoluted, and like I think we're fine. Like people like us, we're gonna be fine. I just think like again, there's already weird continuity with just like, okay, so you have to watch this movie and this movie, but not this movie, and this part's canon, this part's canon. Like you shouldn't need a podcast to explain to you what's canon in your universe.
I forgot about that too.
That's a mistake. That's weird.
Yeah, it's the Peacemaker after show or something.
Yeah, they're like rewatching the first season to catch people up because it's been
Peacemaker after the credits.
Yeah. Peacemaker Season 2 establishes that there is at least 100 universes in the DCU. So again, it doesn't seem like that's the multiverse, right?
Well,
it seems like
no, that is multiverse in my mind.
Do you think it is officially multiverse?
If it's a separate universe, that's multiverse. If it's just a separate Earth, I mean that's still multiverse, but you could technically call it dimension. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm wondering what their canon, because I feel like every canon has their different rules. We'll see. I'm, like I saw this immediately and my mind like went to the joke of like, oh, maybe we can get a little I don't know, a little cameo of some of our favorite CW characters. Like, oh, Grant Gustin or Ezra Miller showed up on The Flash, and then he also cameoed on Peacemaker. There's some.
Did you see the clip? It wasn't from Comic-Con, but it was from a convention where Grant Gustin and Tom Cavanaugh were talking, and they were like, "Oh, hey, James Gunn, like, reach out to us, let us know where to sign our contracts," kind of thing.
Wait, who?
Grant Gustin and Tom Cavanaugh.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Obviously,
all in good fun, but
it's unsure at the moment. I guess it could be either.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's multiverse, because if they're specifically calling it other universes, then that's the definition of multiverse.
It is. It should be.
Yeah.
I feel like James Gunn sometimes overcomplicates things, though. I feel like sometimes he it's like this. It's like, it didn't have to be, buddy. Hey, William, how's it going, buddy? James Gunn did say there would be cameos from past characters. Yeah. I think there's some Suicide Squad people in here. I would not be shocked.
Yeah. I mean, again, for sure, I think Waller at least is a pretty likely option to show up, especially since she was in season 1 as well.
I mean, let's just kind of talk about the trailer. I'm not going to show it here because the music does get we'll definitely get copyright stuff. But what did you think of this trailer?
Hey guys,
I thought it looked great. Honestly, I thought it looked pretty good. Great. Yeah. I think it looked in a lot of ways more like the first season than that first trailer for season 2 looked like.
Agreed.
It seemed a little bit more streamlined. It gave you a better idea of what the story is going to be like. But I think it's an interesting concept. I don't necessarily know how we get from the end of season 1 to the beginning of season 2, as like they just stopped this crazy like War of the Worlds kind of alien takeover plot at the end of season 1. And now we're just kind of like hard cut jump into, all right, Peacemaker is, down on his luck. He feels, inadequate. Like, nobody cares about him, that sort of thing. And then you've got, obviously, Rick Flag Sr. coming in here and kind of carrying on from the end of the Suicide Squad. But again, I think it looks like more of the same. And not in a bad way. Again, I enjoyed Peacemaker season 1 a lot.
I did too.
I liked James Gunn's Guardians of the Galaxy, and I think that not Guardians of the Galaxy. I love Guardians, but Suicide Squad. Yeah, dude. Okay, it's getting it's getting late, and I'm mixing up movies now.
Yeah.
But no, I loved what he did. Yeah, no, I loved what he did with these characters and stuff like that, and I'm excited to see what happens this season now that he's got a little bit more free reign. There's no more. No more training wheels on, no more constraints. He doesn't have to
do whatever he
wants
in the
confines of the old DCU. And like, look at that, the crazy like demon. Like, what is that even?
That was the highlight of my trailer. I was like, okay, this is fun. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, what the hell is this thing?
Yeah, it's like.
And again, is this dimension or is this the multiverse? Like, what?
Yeah, like, what is that? Is that hell or is that apocalypse or?
Yeah.
I don't know, dude.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they're going through these doors. You could easily pop through one as Grant Gustin just dancing or something, and then they go through. I don't know. Like, you could do.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be a cameo fest show, but like there is. No. You could technically do cameos in this season if you wanted to.
I do think the new suit looks pretty good too. I like it.
I could do. Yeah.
And the new helmet people are talking about. I think the new helmet is nice, very streamlined. I'm actually, in a weird way, outside of the multiverse plot, I think my favorite or my most anticipated storyline. Oh yeah, Judo Master's back. That's cool. My most anticipated storyline this season is the Rick Flag stuff.
Sure.
Like I really liked him in Creature Commandos, and I think again, following on from the death of Rick Flag, his son, is going to be very interesting. And it seems like Peacemaker's actually feeling guilty about it too, in a way, which is definitely, again, a change up from how he felt in that moment, as he was like, okay, he did what he had to do, but now he's like, oh yeah, maybe I didn't do the greatest thing in the world here.
Yeah, I mean, there's the whole bit, like, he doesn't seem like he wants to, I don't know, he was never a villain, but it seems like I want to be an actual good guy. Like, I want to be, it's the whole, like, Wreck-It Ralph arc, right? Of, like, I'm a bad.
Well, he wants to be seen.
You're a
as
bad guy, Ralph, but you're not a bad guy. And it's like I want to be an actual. I want to be somebody, and I think that's the elements I'm personally more excited about. Not more excited about, but like I'm most excited about is the. I think that's where James Gunn is at his core. It's when he's making these genuinely heartfelt stories about characters 100%. And their personal issues, and that's the best elements of the Superman movie and Guardians movie is when it's just characters having a conversation and talking. So I'm really excited for all of that stuff. The multiverse stuff itself is very, we'll see. Like I like what it could potentially do. Like it's not like it's not a story. Like we've seen that kind of story before in other things. So it's not like I'm like, oh my gosh, how crazy. But I do think it should be very interesting just to kind of see what they do with that. And yeah, like how do they explain this multiverse? It's gonna be a different song. Let's see this one. Peacemaker season 2 focuses on the world not accepting Peacemaker as a hero. He goes to a parallel dimension that is different than universe. Dimension is different. So we got to see what like the show itself phrases it as. We'll be curious. Where he is a hero and has a better life, but the situation has dire consequences. He is also in love with Harcourt. Makes sense. We all are. It's set 1 month after Superman. Cool. Guy Gardner and Hawk will appear in only the first episode. Because that's interesting because James Gunn said they were regulars. Does that mean series regulars or like I was kind of hoping maybe they appear in a couple more than just the first one, but
yeah,
he came out in Hall H. Very cool.
Yeah. I did like how they did a invisible John Cena joke too.
Yeah, I like how it was like, I hate John. I hate the the you can't see me jokes. All right, let me try and speed run just to see if there's any other piece that I really want to mention here. I mean, we know director's cut of Fantastic Four, Family Guy Halloween, Hail Mary. I am really excited for this movie. I think Project Hail Mary looks really, really cool.
I don't know a ton. Oh, I did see that trailer before Superman, but I don't know a ton.
It's the same directors as the Spider-Verse and like all those movies. Ryan Gosling taught like a history teacher that's forced to go into space in this like post-apocalyptic like future. Like it looks just, in my opinion, just very sick. It looks very fun. People have been freaking out about this week about the script. They haven't finished the script for Doomsday, which like isn't good when you're filming, but like
yes and no. Like wasn't one of those quotes from Feige like
I'm never done with a script or some shit?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, is like the whole thing of like, okay, James Gunn is like, okay, a movie's not going into production until it's got a finished
until it's done, yeah.
Yeah, and then whereas you have the Kevin Feige approach of like, okay, let's get a general outline, but like nothing has to be set in stone and we can always make adjustments if need be.
It's not great, but this doesn't deter my excitement for Doomsday. It also doesn't help it because I'm very on the fence with that movie. But like, I think this is probably, unfortunately, and this probably might go into some of our issues with the MCU as a whole. This is kind of the norm for the MCU, I think.
Yeah, I do too.
New Friday the 13th movie, officially in the works. Haven't seen them. Can't say.
I like me some Jason Voorhees from time to time.
Okay. The Simpsons will not end until the main casters die. The main cast members die. Very similar to what the Always Sunny cast said. They were like, we're gonna go until oh my gosh, Danny dies. He's like, we're gonna go as long as he is able to do alive and willing to do the show with us. Then we'll end it. more Coyote versus Acne stuff. The poster is officially coming out in August, which I will say right now, and that could change, is very, very good because there's not a lot of big things coming out next August. It is a drought of a month. So, especially if it's a lower budget, this could be very, very good for them.
Yeah.
There's the photo I was telling you about. It's pretty great.
Why is Tweety Bird just choking in midair?
I don't know. John Cena did kind of own Comic-Con this year with both Peacemaker and Coyote were like two of the bigger panels.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And also, too, don't forget, John Cena's still on kind of his farewell WWE tour this year, too. So he's got a kind of a huge year, but it's interesting. Like, I wonder how big of a role Peacemaker is going to play in the DCU going forward, or if it's always just going to be like, okay, this is a James Gunn show that's just kind of always running. Like, could he keep up with that as studio head, as a director, writer for other movies and stuff like that? Or is this kind of another sort of one and done? Like, is this going to be his farewell to this character and this cast for a bit?
You mean
outside
Peacemaker?
of them showing up in movies? Yeah.
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 Is there a season 3? Would be
is there a season 3, or is he saving that for another Creature Commandos style spin-off, or another Suicide Squad, or just them showing up in another thing?
I saw a tweet under this that I thought was very interesting, where like someone's like, John Cena did what Dwayne Johnson should have done.
Yes.
Which was like John Cena got a standing ovation at Comic-Con, which I know it's, Comic-Con, so you're going to have that, but like, it's like, he played a small little role. He stayed in his little corner. He let them do it. And he got his own series, 2 seasons of it, a cameo in Superman. Like, if maybe, I'm not saying he would have, because a lot of character actors didn't, but like,
I mean, the DCEU was kind of doomed at that point anyway. But yeah, I don't think The Rock helped his case by sort of coming in there and thinking that he was in charge.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, like, that's the interesting thing is, though, because, like, he did create the DCU, which is fascinating to me. Like, if his movie did well, if, like, Black Adam was a financial success.
Yeah, if it made $1 billion Shazam bucks at the box office.
If it made money, Henry Cavill would be back as Superman.
We'd be singing
Ezra Miller, maybe Jason Momoa, like, I don't know if I think Ben Affleck was kind of done either way, but like, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
We had a new Predator trailer come out as well.
Okay.
I don't know if that was Comic-Con. It looks good. I have not completely caught up though. Trying to see more Jared Leto stuff. I'm trying to think, is there any like really big? I feel like there's a couple other things I just wanted to really mention.
Yeah.
There's a couple of trailers.
No, there wasn't a ton from the Dexter panel.
Oh.
I know.
Yes.
Yeah. But other than just like cool cast stuff, and again them playing Mario Kart with the Rizzler as well. So
Okay. The Boys stuff, which I won't go into too much.
Yeah.
Because you haven't seen it yet. But we got a info on The Boys. I saw a trailer. I do think it's really funny. Misha Collins and Jared Padalecki appeared.
Yes.
Which is very funny. I don't know. We have the entire cast of The Boys at this point.
It's exciting.
We have there's 4 cast members in this final season, which is very, very funny.
Which again makes me, I need to go watch Supernatural too.
That would be interesting.
But that's 15 seasons, dude. I got Supernatural and Smallville to watch at some point.
I am at a point with Supernatural where do I finish where I am, or do I restart the journey? Because I've seen 9 seasons, but like, ask me what happens in season 1 through 5, and I
you don't.
Not.
Yeah.
It's like, it's amazing, but like, got the Gen V trailer this week as well, which very, very excited. I liked this trailer a whole lot more than the last one. We actually watched the trailer last time. I think it was that birthday stream we did. That teaser trailer.
Yeah, you're right.
It was just kind of like a lot to me. I was like, this looks good, but not necessarily what I like from Gen V. And this trailer really brought it. We have a cameo from one of the main stars of The Boys appearing in the season.
Okay.
And we're not sure for how long they're going to be involved, but they are involved, and that's very, very exciting. What a funny pose to pause on there. But no, that's very exciting. I'm excited. My hype for that is back. Long Walk trailer, Predator stuff. SpongeBob is going to be in this new season. That's crazy. The from like SpongeBob Live, the live performer, the one that's dating Ariana Grande.
Oh, I did not know that.
Oh yeah, it was this huge controversy because it's like SpongeBob cheated, or like Ariana Grande cheated on her boyfriend with SpongeBob. It was this huge internet.
I didn't even realize that was a thing.
Oh, it was a huge thing.
Again, shows you what I'm focused on the internet as far as like, you know, the what I consume.
Yeah. Was there one more thing I wanted? That's interesting. Alien versus Captain America.
Huh.
Nice. Yeah. The Rick and Morty announcement. I hope the fans are happy. I don't.
Yeah, again, I dropped off that show long ago.
This is kind of interesting. I know you don't watch this franchise, but the Walking Dead Daryl Dixon will end after season 4. That's interesting. Like this guy right here has been playing the character for, well, let's see. He did 11 seasons of the original show, and then went on to now do 4 seasons of this show.
That's insane.
He's been doing it for 15 years.
That's a supernatural run. Am I right?
That is for sure. And it seems like shorter seasons for sure. And it seems like, it doesn't seem like it's a cancellation, which my fear was at first. It seems like this show and then the other spinoff we have going are both meant for 4 seasons. It's like a 4-season plan. But even then, they did the announcement, and they're talking about like what's next for the character, like where are we going to see him next? It's like, holy shit, dude, this guy.
Let it breathe, dude.
This guy is like, and they keep preaching spinoffs. They keep preaching wanting to expand more and more. And I don't like talking ratings, but like, I don't think any of the shows have done as well as they want them to do. They're not like popping off as like, even the like Rick series that they didn't do as well as I think they wanted it to. So
yeah,
I'd like to see. I like this franchise. I haven't seen season 2 of the show yet. And season 3 is done filming, and they're about to film season 4, so they're kind of ahead of the curve in that avenue. Yeah, the Breaking Bad thing. I'm trying to think. There was one. What was that last trailer I wanted to bring up? I think I just know what it is. I think it's Percy Jackson. Percy Jackson got a new trailer this week as well, along with a new poster. Which you've not seen Percy Jackson, right?
No.
Okay.
No, not the new one.
Oh, this was the whole thing. This is crazy. But no, Percy Jackson came out. Also, this Batman trailer came out too. This looks
Batman.
awesome.
I don't know. It looks a little weird.
I love all these like Elseworld, like
yeah, it's in the same vein as like Batman Ninja and stuff like that. Like it's a very stylistic choice as far as the direction and everything goes for it. In my mind, I sent this to my brother. I was like, the Tomorrowverse died for this.
Look at this shit. This shit's awesome.
Like it does look pretty cool, but like it's just like, I don't know. I always love DC animation and stuff like that, but some of these one-off ones don't necessarily work for me as well.
Okay.
Like again, we'll see how it turns out. Not something I'm gonna pay to watch. We'll wait until it comes out on HBO Max. Yeah.
I might do it just because like September is a dead month. Like there's no movies coming out.
Oh, it's supposed to come out in September.
It's on like digital. Yeah, it's like straight to digital.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I'm excited. I think it was a nice little preview for fans. Oh, that was interesting too. The Curtis is coming back.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Bubba Kurtman confirms Invincible season 4 will release before the end of 2026. It's kind of far away. I don't know. Like if we're talking like end of 2026, that's kind of
before the end of 2026. Yeah, I would say probably like next summer, maybe. That'd be nice. Maybe. Actually, I'd like it to be next summer.
Another summer.
But no, I definitely don't think it's gonna be early like February. like it was this past year.
Robert Kirkman says the animation for Invincible will improve with each season. We'll see. I say that the animation is absolutely rad. The conquest fight at the end of season 3 shows where the show is going and the highlights what the show can achieve. We're hoping to hit those heights and more. Okay. I mean, that final episode did look incredible. The animation looked at top of its game. What is this thing?
Dinosaurs, man.
That's awesome. Yeah, this is a still from the new Percy Jackson season.
Okay. This reminds me of the one-eyed... Yeah, was it one? No, was it Three Eyes in Fallout? The three-eyed character in Fallout?
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. It looks good. I'm excited for... I guess I'm excited for more Percy Jackson. I think there's some fun things in store. We'll see. All right, I think... Five Nights at Freddy's trailer as well. You know. New Avatar show, first look. Yeah, it's been a crazy couple of days for news. I feel like not like a lot of like...
Random story. Go up. Fantastic Four cast reacting to the Malice skin in Marvel Rivals. I thought that was hilarious. Again, in the same vein as like, okay, we're playing with the Rizzler. It's like, all right, let's see the most notorious Marvel Rivals skin. I think that was funny. And just the Pedro Pascal face reaction.
It's pretty good.
That's gonna be used for a lot of things.
It's pretty good. But yeah, we're at our unfortunate 3-hour mark that we
we're at our cutoff.
Yeah, we each week I'm
can't escape it.
It's like not next week, guys. We're gonna no, it's I think we're gonna call it a night with this one. Kaz, thank you so much for joining us today. You have anything you need to shout out, promo? You're working on.
Yeah, I mean, just be on the lookout for the kind of edited down version with all the B-roll of the Dexter discussion. I'll post that on the channel. After it, it'll most likely get claimed immediately, or it'll be up for a few hours like this past week, and then get claimed, and then I have to wait another like 6 to 12 hours for them to release the claim. But don't worry, I've been fighting the good fight against the copyright system. So be on the lookout. YouTube.com/ToxicTaz as always.
Incredible. And join the show next week. More Dexter Resurrections. Depending on if we're both finished, Eyes of Wakanda as well, I think will be the co-pilot, if you will, of those two. I think those two will give us enough for a very lengthy conversation, like a whole series, and then plus that. I want to start. I got some things I want to be watching through, so maybe I might give updates and stuff. Like I can't just. I'm kind of mixed. I have so many things that are coming up that I want to get caught up on. Like I know, I really want to start my Peacemaker rewatch because I desperately need a rewatch for that. Wednesday's coming out soon.
Alien. Which I need to catch up on too.
Alien Earth is about to start, and it won't be for next week's episode. I think the following episode will be Alien Earth, which I wouldn't mind covering as well. So it's a lot's coming up. The Boys universe is coming back.
The boys are back in town.
There is a lot of great shows coming out. We already pitched it for the fall, and we talked a lot about future stuff to come on this episode. So stay tuned, subscribe, and all that stuff to see that kind of stuff. Pipeline this hopefully Thursday. I'm not officially lined up yet. Either Friday, Saturday, whenever will be our Fantastic Four First Steps Pipeline episode. Should be very interesting. I'm planning on rewatching it before we get to that point.
Nice.
But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you on the flip side. Bye-bye.